Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. We are running a one-shot tonight. The scenario is Unland. It was written by Scott Dorward, and it's available from the Drive-Thru RPG. It's in a collection called Fear's Sharp Little Needles, and we've run quite a few games from that already, which is really pretty good. Our game master is Riley Kruger, and this is the first time running this scenario. So without any further delay, let's begin our journey into the darkness. Riley?
All right. Welcome, everybody, to the mystical land of modern-day England. You've all been contracted out to go work... You've all been given the task to go assess a site for potential demolition and development. You know that the site was a family-run fun fair for about 30 years, but it closed down after some controversy when a photo kiosk employee started taking details of patrons, following them home, and then murdering them. Three of you already work for the company, and you are currently sat in the hotel dining area, enjoying some breakfast and maybe some coffee. You have about half an hour to kill before you actually have to drive to the site. It's a pretty lengthy drive, even though you took a hotel nearby.
And we're not quite there yet.
Yes, you're not quite there yet. So, yes, with that very awkward silence from colleagues, two men walk in. Both are a bit larger. They look pretty serious and on to the point. And they wander up to you. And Patricia, you especially recognize one of them straight away.
Join us, gentlemen.
Good morning. Patricia, I know you. I'm Christopher Dean, and this is my colleague, Cecil Campbell. Call him CC, call me CD.
Nice to meet all of you.
Yes. We're going to be checking out some property.
Yeah, so I was told. My specialty is architectural consultation, so I should be able to, are we knocking it all down and building something, or? Yeah.
Yep. That is the plan. I'm your demolitions expert. Louise Mayhill. It's good to meet you.
Miss Mayhill.
I'll be managing the construction behind all this. The idea is to build up a housing estate. I mean, God, you couldn't reopen it as an amusement park after its history.
It's. I was looking at the paper. It's a considerable amount of acreage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You have a nice big. It's a little remote, but it's only remote until people move out here.
Yeah, well, it's along a certain traffic paths that will be beneficial to London and a few other places, and should be able to get for quite a steal.
You think that, but they've been saying they've had multiple offers, and to expect to go in with a high value assessment, but.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know what happened there. I don't think anyone else is out to buy this thing. It's been sitting abandoned for years.
It's in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere.
It represents a lot of work. I mean, it's demoing all that. Most of it's going to be steel and cement.
Mm-hmm.
It's all going to have to be demoed and then redone and landscaped and everything else.
Yeah, but the sewage and certain other things are in place, so that will be a lot easier.
Let's hope
Don't
so.
you
They
worry.
haven't been used for 10 years, though. So
True, and the power grid, all that stuff had to be operated by, lines and stuff like that. So that is a benefit. We don't have to wait for England to build out there. It's already there.
Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, the way that the park is configured, it's probably going to be, things are not going to be in the right place for a residential area. It just depends. We'll have to see. But hopefully we can, I'll be here to assess what we
Yeah.
can salvage and what we can't. And
Well, that's why we brought you along.
Mike, I
And,
know they say. Sorry.
I'm sorry, you young man, what was your name?
Michael Doherty. I handle the social profile of the company. So I need to, it's going to be some before and after shots and some scenic stuff, and also kind of daddy's eyes, on the thing.
Well, that answers my next question.
Yeah.
All right.
Mike, I know that they have you out here taking pictures of the amusement park as it is. Are we kind of going for some, kind of gruesome angle with this, like haunted or something, trying to reach like a younger audience with that?
I think there's going to be some nostalgia stuff, but it's not like we want to say, come to the haunted, expensive estate in the country. It's going to be like, it was once the scene of a charming fun palace, but now it's look at the beautiful countryside that you have to drive through for a goddamn half an hour to get there.
That makes sense.
I'm not so sure. I think maybe the angle should just be we're knocking all this shit down and putting up decent living.
Yeah, Daddy will figure that out.
Yeah, CC,
I'll
right?
make the numbers look good.
Wait,
for
what
the
is it?
the
What
investor.
is it you're working on?
Well, I'm working on a website widget right now. So I'm a programmer who knows Java, JavaScript, C, C++, all that jazz.
Yeah, Cece and I have been friends since, grade school.
Yeah.
And he's a good man. Good man. So, what's for breakfast? We said about an hour. Are we meeting somebody from the Matthew family? They're the owners, right?
So you
Andrew
have set up a
Dorrell.
meeting. Yes. So you're meeting Andrew Dorrell from Dorrell and Sons Real Estate. You have about maybe 10, 15 minutes or so before you absolutely have to leave.
Okay. I'll just have coffee then.
Yeah, grab a muffin and a coffee
thank you.
to go.
Wonderful. So regarding transport to Funland itself, are we taking 2 cars, 1 car? Who's riding shotgun? What are the arrangements going to be?
Cecil's in my car. We'll just go. If somebody wants to come with us, we can. But-
Right, 2 vehicles.
No worries. All right. So Patricia, Louise, and Michael, your car is going to be leading. Heading down the expressway, all of the signage that used to point the way to Funland has been removed. And so you have to turn down a very ill-maintained slip road off and then take another gate onto a private road in order to continue along. CD and CC, when you come through, you notice that the gate itself, there's no lock actually hanging off of it. And can I get a spot hidden roll from CC, please?
That's a 5, extreme.
Wonderful. So you notice as you're coming through the gate that all of the vegetation that's grown up over the years has been flattened down, not just recently, but over and over again. There are sort of kinks in the way that the plants have grown and then been flattened again. So this road, despite being very poorly maintained, has been driven on multiple times, at least recently. Excellent. So leading car, as you pull into the car park, you see that there are a handful of cars that are rusted out and sitting idle. There's an old car from the 90s, some newer SUVs, whatever. They're all they've been abandoned, just sitting there. Some of them don't look like they were going to be there when the early 2000s, when the park closed. But what you don't see, most importantly, is a car that has the Dorrell and Sons Real Estate wrapping on it. And you're probably a minute or 2 out from CD and CC arriving. So as they arrive, the scene is yours.
So wait, we had to get up early for this thing, and they're not even here yet?
rude. And I mean,
That's-
we're gonna have to really pave out a road out here. It was
Yeah. And have stuff, like these vehicles towed away.
yeah.
Oh, I do know some people who would purchase those for parts, so we can make some profit off that at least. Minor, but
I don't know. I don't know that it's even worth it to the Darty company to try to do all of that minutia.
Yeah, Daddy might subcontract somebody who can make a profit and get us out of it, because who cares?
yeah.
That's
Anything
pennies,
to-
right?
Yeah, well, every penny counts.
Well, I'll start, surveying the scene, because I know that I'm thinking in demolition terms. I'm looking at what I can see without getting too deep into the part, because I'll wait for everyone else. But
Yeah.
Is there like a bunch of turnstiles and stuff that used to have tickets, or?
So the car park is a few 100 meters away from the actual entrance where the turnstiles would have been. You can tell from where you've parked that entrance is in a fair bit of disarray, and a temporary fence has been erected outside of it, keeping it together. But you can't really make out too many details. It's a pretty misty, foggy English morning, so the view distance isn't super great. Michael, I've noticed you've been taking some photos of the scenes around. Could you please make a spot hidden roll for me?
I just missed that.
Okay.
I do all my observation later digitally.
Yeah, of course. No worries. So CD and CC, as you're pulling in, perhaps you take it a little bit too wide coming through. You actually clip a bit of a branch. And as this branch comes down, you notice that there is a secondary car park off to the left-hand side of the entrance where you came in. So group is in front of you, secondary car park is off to your left. What do?
Well, I'm heading to where they are, but fuck. I hope I didn't scratch my car.
Yeah. Did you by any chance see those extra tracks earlier?
On what tracks? I've been. This road is awful, so I've been kind of trying to make sure I'm not.
Yeah, they look kind of recent. Did anyone else check out this place?
Well, they told us they had some other offers, but I don't know if that's true or not. You said you saw.
Hopefully, we don't have any squatters or anything like that.
Yeah, Daddy had somebody out here a while ago, and they said it didn't look like there'd been a lot of vandalism or anything.
I mean, but you see those cars over there. It could be, for all we know, people are living out of those things.
Probably people have just dumped them off.
It's not exactly the kind of place that somebody would live. There's no food out here. There's no, they wouldn't. What would they be eating? It'd be miles to get back to the town.
It's true.
All right. Do you think there's generators, or do you think there's still live power out here?
Probably generator. Well, there's probably power. They probably have backup generators.
Yeah.
Amusement parks would do something like that because if there's an emergency or something. I don't know that any of this. It's been 10 years. All this equipment's. The fuck? There's abandoned cars over here. The fuck? No, nobody came to the park and abandoned their cars and just left them lying here. People have been probably dumping garbage out here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of cleanup work.
And wouldn't you know that the guy from the Dorward group isn't even here?
CC said that he noticed that the road was already pretty knocked down and the vegetation. He thinks there's other people have been out here. So, I mean, they said that there might be other people having looked at it, but
they've had their people out. They might have been checking it out, so they're up to date on the information. Since we did put in an inquiry, I mean, I know I would do that if I was selling property. Check it out.
I don't know.
Make
The
sure.
Matthew family who owned it originally and built the park, they probably just assume now that it just goes away.
Yeah.
That's why they hired Dorland Sons.
Do you think that's what this other parking area is? That like the staff parking or something?
I don't know, but I'm not surprised. I mean, They must have had some people out here parking.
Did anybody tell us how we're supposed to get in? Or I guess that's the guy who's not here that was going to tell us that.
I guess we just walk towards the front gate. They'll see
Can
our
we
cars
see this
are
other
here.
parking lot? I don't have it in my
Yeah,
head.
Yeah,
It's just
so
right
the-
over here.
Yeah, the entrance has been really overgrown. So it would have
Uh-huh.
been a very signposted area when the park was open. But now with the lush countryside, it's sort of reclaiming the area. That really skinny, it's a skinny gravel road. That's sort of been overgrown the entire way pretty much. So you'd have to be looking for it or knock a branch out of the way of it to notice that it's there.
Probably
So
just
we
overflow
can't see
parking.
we can see the path, but we can't see the lot itself. Is that
No, it's all overgrown. Like you can see that it carries around a little bit. So it would be roughly adjacent, but there is a big line of vegetation blocking your
Gotcha.
view.
okay?
Well, I
don't
guess
think
the
they're-
point of the. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you don't think that their person drove over that way?
The thing is
Surely
that
we'd
the
see
point
it.
of contact is going to be the entrance to the park. So if they're going to look for us or we're going to look for them, that's going to be where we got a rendezvous.
Well, there's a boarded up area too. And if the side thing is employee parking, they might have an employee entrance over there too.
Mhm.
It
gonna stick
doesn't
my head
look like
in.
anybody's gone that way though. So. and
Hey,
there's a
if
lot of
Mike wants to
grass.
take some pictures that way, then sure, let him. He makes us look good.
You just want to
Yeah,
see what's
the,
there.
the vegetation might add a little bit of a nice like a touch to it all, I suppose.
Yeah, there's supposed to be, some country-ish whatever.
Good walk over there.
We could just walk around, wait for Darrell and
Yeah,
Sons.
well, I'm sure we'll hear him pull up. So yeah, let's just walk around a little bit, see what we can see.
Okay. Where are you walking to?
I'll go check out the other parking lot. I think Michael was heading that way, possibly.
we can all sort of
Yeah.
walk together.
Yeah.
No
How's the
worries.
cell phone connection out here?
Mhm.
So you have a bar or two, but it's not super strong. You're definitely
Right.
still receiving data and messages, and you could probably take a call, but you would have to sort of hold your phone as high as you can to make sure the signal gets through.
Climb to the
Modern
top of the
technology,
Ferris wheel.
this place would have had no reception right up until maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, we might actually want to leave some of the sturdy junk up there just to put a cell tower on.
Mm-hmm.
No,
And it might look
no,
like a
no,
nice
no.
centerpiece.
That's I don't know. That's cute, but this all has to go. I mean, we're going to build a luxury community, not some bizarre. I mean, there's that tower there, but the tower's
Yep.
got to go.
There might be something.
Nobody
as well.
wants to look out their back window and see that.
Wonderful. So are we going to the other car park?
Yeah.
Okay. So trudging along the car park, there is a sizable amount of room to drive through, or walk through rather. And you see, as you're walking through, there is a big rusted boom arm that's been evidently lifted and shifted out of the way at some point in the past 10 years to make room for whoever was coming through, maybe repossessions or something like that. Carrying along past, you see a couple more rusted out cars and one very, very clean, very bright, clean, wonderful Mini with a Dorward and Sons real estate wrap around it.
They were
I
here.
came this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just park in the very obvious public parking space.
We are
Absurd.
clearly dealing with
Real
an
estate
idiot.
people are not the brightest people. So.
Well, thank
And we
goodness.
don't know
I'm,
what the
I'm
fa-
going straight for the van. Yeah.
And who knows what the Matthew family told them to go. They might have been following the directions of the family.
Yeah,
Maybe
crazy
so.
people.
Excellent.
Hello. I yell.
You have no response. The car looks like it's been undisturbed, but you cannot see any obvious signs that someone's actually there.
But peek in the windows. Nobody's like
No one there.
knock on a window, knock knock.
So you can see that there's a portfolio on the front seat, and there is a hard shell case in the back seat.
Maybe so. Is there an entrance to the park here? Like maybe they went in, like again, like an employee entrance or something.
So there's a employee entrance, which is a heavily chained, bolted door. if someone's gotten through here, they've used magic or climbed the very high fence. As you're a bit closer to the fence now, you can actually see that the remains of the old roller coaster stretch far above the actual fencing itself. And it's complete with this lattice work that is very intricate and detailed for the time that it was constructed. This seems to progress all across the park. And some of you may have been to Funland when you were a bit younger. Some of you were barely born when it was closed. This roller coaster is pretty well known for encircling the entire property. So it serves as a de facto fence as well as the fence that is on the outside of it.
There'll definitely be some salvage that they can, metal salvage, steel salvage, and so forth. So
I remember going on that as a kid.
Sorry?
What did you say, Oren?
What did you say, Patricia?
I said, I remember going on this coaster when I was a kid.
No, I wasn't much into roller coasters.
The guy didn't bring his stuff. Weird.
Maybe he had to take a pee.
Yeah, I don't.
Is
Hello?
Is the
Hello?
truck locked?
All right. So are you trying a door or the...
Yeah, you said the portfolio's in the passenger seat?
Yeah, portfolio's in the passenger seat, yeah.
I'll just try that door.
All right. The car's completely unlocked.
Okay. And, look in the back seat. There's nobody sleeping.
There's no one hiding underneath the back seat. There's nothing. It's just hard shell case, portfolio on the front seat. This is obviously a company car that gets no use outside of going to and from properties. So it's very pristine, but it's also kind of soulless.
I can feel the hood. I can feel the hood.
Feel the hood? It's a cold morning, so things have cooled down pretty quickly. You could roughly approximate that someone's driven this car within the last day. This hasn't been here the whole time. This car is it's too recent a model, and it's in too good of a nick to have been here for much longer than at most 24 hours.
Oh, well, I would have expected it to be here that long, but it's not warm like it arrived an hour ago or half an hour ago.
No, but again, it is quite chilly today, so perhaps it's cooled down a bit quicker than normal.
Do we have this person's cell phone number?
You would, yes.
Let me just call him. Maybe he's wandering around.
I hope he didn't get hurt or something. He could have tripped and fallen while he was taking a pee.
I'm going to flip through the portfolio.
The number you have called cannot be reached. Please hang up and try again.
Inside the portfolio is a satellite picture of the entire property. So you can see here is roughly where the big car park is, and then the staff car park carries on around to this side around here.
And the oval is a perimeter fence.
So yes,
substantial.
Yeah. So this oval is the fence, and then this is the roller coaster tracks, and then these are a handful of attractions that were in the park at some point during its lifespan.
I wonder how good is it? Is that satellite footage dated?
It's not dated, but it looks pretty recent. You can tell that this bridge here is collapsed and this pond's pretty stagnant. There's not a heap of detail in all of the imagery, likely because of the day that this image was taken, it was a bit foggier. So it's hard to make out much detail, but you can definitely tell that this place is worse for wear.
Right. I'm trying to we have to figure out too, where's Daddy gonna have to landfill, or whether any of the water is, gonna make a scenic pond or some shit like that.
We don't have to much worry about any of that until we negotiate a deal with the property.
True. But it would be nice to know at least what equipment is still potentially useful and what might not.
Excellent. And then underneath that satellite photo is a notepad. Someone's been doodling, drawing cute little ducks waddling in a row. And then underneath it says, "Fuck, lost the drone."
Oh man, that's why. That's where he went. That's funny. I've got a drone in the car. We could fly over and see if we can find him crawling through the brush looking for his drone, or we could just go in.
Yeah, that's actually a great idea. Then we'll at least know where he is and we can head towards him.
Yeah. Somebody can keep trying to call him too. Maybe he'll stand next to.
It says it's disconnected. Like it's not even straight to voicemail. So I don't think it's because he doesn't have service. It's pretty unprofessional, if you ask me.
Is it a business card or was it in your phone? Maybe it's a wrong number.
It was in my it was in my phone. I was given that number, a while back when we were told we were going to.
Have you talked to him before on the phone? I'm just want to see if there's some way that it could have been transcribed from.
Yeah. I do remember that the cell coverage here isn't great. Maybe he's just in a spot that it's just not even getting to his phone.
Well, it still wouldn't say that.
It usually just goes straight to voicemail in that.
Oh yeah.
Well, never mind. Let's get a good look with the drone, and then if nothing else, we really should be walking. We should go look at the park anyway.
Why don't we take that satellite picture with us? That way, we have a kind of a map of where we're going.
What's in the briefcase?
It's probably the drone CD.
Yeah. So opening the hard shell case, you find a remote control for a drone and some spare batteries, charging cords,
the place where it would be.
that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Do you have does it have one of those screens where you can see what the camera on the drone?
Yeah, so the remote control does have a live feed screen on it. It's completely black, and any attempt to turn it on and off just shows that it's not paired.
He crashed it. He could have crashed it into the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do what Michael said and go back to the car and see what we can see.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And I look over towards the park and I say, maybe a dinosaur ate it.
Well, as you're looking over towards the park, can you make a spot hidden roll for me, please?
Is that everyone?
Yeah, everyone can make a spot hidden roll. That's fine by me.
No. I'm being sarcastic.
15, so that's a hard success.
Wonderful. So walking back towards the car, you're coming back around to the entrance. You see that there's a large, almost spherical mass that's in the fog. You can just sort of make it out. It's not entirely clear what it is from where you're standing, but there is something quite large just in the way of the entrance.
What the hell's that?
I'm not sure.
Some sort of decoration that fell off the building, or
who knows?
While Michael's getting the drone up and running, I'll go have a look.
Well, that's the thing too.
Yeah.
Is the fog going to prevent me from seeing anything meaningful from 50 feet up?
I don't know. It should burn off.
Your drone fires up and flies perfectly well. You can see the car park with no issues.
Okay.
So where are you going to pilot your drone to?
Well, I mean, he probably went through the regular gate, so I'm going to fly over that and start moving slowly. Maybe I'll go clockwise once it's in.
He'll definitely be able to hear your drone. He should start waving if he sees your drone.
All right.
Yeah. So as your drone starts to cross over the fence where where that roller coaster lattice and stuff is, there must be some sort of glitch on your screen, but you can see the roller coaster lattice on the screen. It's very tightly interwoven, connecting grid that shouldn't be where your drone physically is. And as you try to enter the park more and more, it's almost like one of those seeing eye pictures where you hold it really close and pull it backwards. And it's almost like these lattices are coming out of the screen towards you. And then the drone turns off.
Oh man! Can I back it up? Can I back it up?
Make a hard pilot drone skill.
Let's see what that. All right. Oh yeah. I rolled a 3.
Excellent.
Extreme success. Back that baby up.
As the drone turns off, you get control of it for just that last little second, and you're able to pull it back. And as it retreats from the park, this 3D image starts to go away, and then suddenly the lattice disappears entirely. and you can see yourselves in the car park waving back up at it.
Oh, fuck, man. Yeah, I think there might be maybe there's some broken electrical shit in there that's messing with modern technology, because that didn't look right at all.
Maybe it turns the whole metal structure into we need to be careful about touching stuff. There could be
Oh, right. There could be loose
power lines
wires,
or
right?
something.
After a storm, if this place is actually still. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Louise, you were approaching this big object in the mist, yes?
Yeah,
Excellent.
while they're looking at that. Yeah.
So, in the park's heyday, they had a mascot called Mr. Fun, and he had a big, wide smile, much like for the older people, it would have reminded you of Mr. Nosy Bonk from when you were growing up on the TV show Jigsaw. For the younger people, it may remind you of someone called Mr. Chuckleteeth, who was in the X-Files reboot. Big, wide, toothy smile, big red nose, crazy hair. And he used to sit on the front archway greeting guests as they entered his park. Unfortunately, in the years after the closure, at some point, maybe someone's knocked it off, maybe a freak accident, a lightning strike, whatever it is, this head's actually tumbled off of the top of this archway and crashed into the ground. So much like Humpty Dumpty, he's sort of lying cracked open. There is a large hole on the ground where he's hit it, and that forces radiate up, and it's actually knocked some bits of fiberglass head out of the way on the top as well. So he's just lying there.
Yeah. Yeah,
Humpty
I'll
Dumpty
turn
had a
back to
great
everyone
fall.
else and say, what do you see, Michael? Anything you can tell from the drone?
I think the reason his drone crashed is because there's some electro field or some nonsense like that, because I couldn't control it once I went over the fence.
Well,
Is it blocked or what?
Yeah, I'll go turnstiles, I mean.
Yep, so the turnstiles have gone. They've been taken out years ago. And some temporary construction fencing's been put up, and a chain's been just loosely draped around. There's no attempt to lock it or secure the site, really. It's just sort of there.
Right. I think it'll be fine. We can just, climb over the chain. It'll be all right. Come on.
So you're entering Funland?
I want to get some pictures of this broken clown monster first.
Maybe keep that one off the website.
Is there rainwater in the head cavity? Because that's...
So looking inside the head cavity, you see that there's a similar sort of lattice structure, possibly structural, inside the clown head. But this seems to have some weird depth to it that goes on a bit longer than it really should, considering where the ground is supposed to be. Are you going to continue looking at it, or are you going to do something else?
Well, I'm first going to zoom in with my camera and see what I can see at the bottom.
Excellent. So zooming in with your camera, can you please make a sanity roll?
That's not successful.
Excellent. So as you're peering through this lattice, they part ways almost like strings or those elastic things that are at Funlands where you can jump in and fall down. And peering through, you see none other than a pair of human eyes staring back at you.
Oh, fuck. I'm going to rear back and fall on my butt.
That's a simple D3 of sanity loss, please.
Well, what's wrong, Michael?
There's somebody. There's probably a doll head in there or something. It's like looked like somebody was fucking looking back at me. Or there's there's a tunnel under the whole thing. Look in the head.
I'm actually going to put my hand on the thing and see if I can push it. If it's fiberglass, it might be heavy, but it's not going to be that heavy.
Yeah,
see if it
so
rolls.
It pivots around the point where the hole in the head should be. So you can sort of rotate a little bit, but it's not moving from that specific spot, which is not what it's really supposed to be doing.
Like
The whole
stuff.
face is kind of unnerving anyway.
Yeah, it's
Let's just keep going. You probably
dreadful
see
thing
or something. Maybe there's like a little Easter egg inside of it just to creep people out.
You have to look inside the head. I did.
All right, I'll
Ass is
take a
older.
look.
Fine, Michael.
All right.
Grief.
So everyone who is peering deeper into the head, please make sanity rolls.
That is a failure. Was it D3 you said?
Yes, a D3.
D3. Jesus.
Excellent. So you all see these pairs of eyes staring back at you. And the longer that you look, the deeper into your soul it actually stares in. And it brings back a really horrible memory. Just something just crops up from the back of your mind that you'd long since suppressed. And it just plays on repeat in the back of your head.
Huh.
It's a little creepy.
That is unnerving, isn't it?
Yeah, something. I don't know what's in there. It looks too deep, right?
It's some sort of
It's like an optical illusion or something. I would
funhouse shit. Yeah.
Maybe like there's water in there that's reflecting your eyes back, but the light is weird.
Let's just get inside and see what we can if we can.
That will be the first thing that gets demolished.
I'm with CD. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep on going.
All right. So as you'll enter the park, you're walking through and passing through the gate. You notice that the fog seems to get a little bit deeper, a little bit harder to see through. It starts to roll through almost like it has a bit of a mind of its own. And as you step fully into the threshold of the fog, if you were to turn your head and look behind you, it's now a wall of fog. And in front of you, you can maybe see about 3 feet.
Oh. Fuck. Hello?
Like some Silent Hill bullshit.
I can barely see my hand right in front of me.
All right, we nobody wander off or and fall in a hole.
Yeah.
Unless we really want to sue these Matthews people, they're probably broke.
Mr. Dorrell, are you here somewhere? Are you okay?
Hello? Hello?
You get no response. But you do see that there is a small shack on the right-hand side of you as you're walking in. This would have been the ticketing office. The door is hanging off its hinges. It's not in a great state.
Are we on a cement path?
Yes, so this is all pathed out. Looking at your satellite picture, you can see that there are paths that lead all around the park, and following these, you can quite easily find your way to wherever you'd like to go.
Right. We should just stay on the path. Don't go off the path.
Kind of makes sense with all this fog with those two large ponds.
Well, if we look at the satellite picture, if we just keep walking along this path, we're just going to make a circuit of the park on the inside and come right back to the same place.
Well, we needed to look at everything anyway. Should we check out that ticket office?
Yeah, maybe he's in there. I don't know. Although you'd think he'd come out and hear us yelling for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Construction on these buildings isn't very good. It's not much more than plywood and
the other thing is it's been 10 years with English rain and cold weather. I'm quite sure that they're not in good shape.
Yes.
Amusement parks are notorious for having to constantly paint and upkeep, and they're not meant to last.
Yeah. So the ramshackle little hut has a overturned chair on the inside, mountains of rubbish and bird poo, and you can smell this acrid smell of urine. Just it's been used as a dumping ground for anything and everything. There's not much of worth inside this particular little hole, and that was probably true when the park was open as well.
Right. Yeah, pretty much guess that maybe local kids in the surrounding countryside have come over here because it's creepy.
I think the local kids are mostly owls.
I mean,
I'm thinking more teenagers and young adults.
Teenagers to run around
just on a dare.
Scary.
Yeah, I could see that.
Or coming out here to drink.
It's nowhere though. I mean, this is a long way to drive.
It's nowhere. There could be vagrants that they wouldn't be living here, but they would have passed through maybe.
I want to pass on the place. You would know that there are it's countryside England, so there are little networks of small villages just dotting the surrounding landscape, but none of them have particularly the infrastructure that was up to your standards. So you stayed a little bit further away.
Right.
Excellent.
In terms of demolition expert, can we just nuke this whole place and make it fast?
Well, I thought we wanted Daddy to get, some money from the scraps. If you want money from the scraps, you're gonna have to, deconstruct everything instead of
again. I don't think you call Daddy Daddy.
No, I don't. I think it's a little silly that a 19-year-old calls his father Daddy.
I'm 23, and Daddy and Dodo and I have an understanding, okay, and you don't have that. So enough.
Something to understand though is that it's going to cost more to demo this than you're ever going to get back from salvaging it. Because salvage crews are going to want to be careful in their dismantling it. So you might as well just demo the shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Blow the whole thing up.
Raise the thing to the ground, as they say.
Yeah. Should be enough scrap metal and copper, though, to make it worth its while, even if you demo it, to have it gathered.
No, probably not. You'd be surprised.
I mean, just getting the stuff out of here will be a pain, but it's got to go somewhere.
We'll leave that to the powers that be.
Cell phone connection?
So you now see 0 bars on all of your mobile phones.
Yeah.
There is no connection to anything.
Right. It's like we're cut off from the rest of the world. Let's
like
continue on.
Like a bad B horror movie.
A really bad one, because it's not that scary. It's just dirty and filthy and
foggy and early.
Mr. Dorward, are you here somewhere? Can you hear us?
Excellent. So you're continuing along the path that you entered on?
Yeah.
Excellent. So on your left-hand side, you see a couple of Isharian shapes starting to form themselves out of the fog. And as you get closer, you can tell that these are a couple of rides. One is a waltzer. So that would be something that I personally would call the spinning teacups. And then just behind it is a merry-go-round.
Mm-hmm.
Are there strings of old electrical lights on these rides?
There was at some point. Someone has decided to tear them off. You can see little flecks of remaining bits of rubber, maybe some metal that wasn't completely ripped out. Someone's gone for the copper at some point in the past 10 years. The actual ride body itself probably proved too complicated for them to dismantle. And so the cups are still standing, and behind them you can see that the merry-go-round is mostly intact, but it would be hard to tell from this distance.
When you say merry-go-round, you mean like a carousel with the horses?
Carousel.
Or like
carousel.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Just making sure we're on the same page.
That might be something that we can get some money back off of.
The horses will sell. There's a lot of money for carousel horses.
If they're in good condition and they're not just fiberglass.
Of course.
Well, if the place is 40 years old, then they might be.
It might be wood. If they're carved wood.
If they're carved wood, we can get a lot of money off of those.
Even if they're in bad condition, because there's people who restore those.
That is true.
Do you want to get up? Is there a lion or something you can get up on, and I'll take a picture?
Sure, I'll go up there.
It's funny.
Are you going up to the merry-go-round?
Yes, I'm going up to the merry-go-round.
Okay. So on approach to the merry-go-round, you see that there are a handful of horses. The floor is broken through at some point, but it's not in super bad disrepair. There's just like a foothold here and a bit of wall that's been knocked over at some point there. The horses are still standing. They may indeed be wood. They may be fiberglass. It would take someone with a bit of knowledge to actually tell from just a look.
I will go up there and I'll actually tap one, see if it's wood or fiberglass.
You hear a dull thud. These are made of wood.
They're made of wood.
That's cool. Yeah, we could sell those to a nightclub or some old collector asshole.
Yeah.
Yep.
There a dog somewhere?
From out of the mist, a hound of Tim Dartno. So, Patricia, now that you're on top of the merry-go-round stage, you can see that the central column used to contain a whole bunch of mirrors that riders could look upon and see themselves distorted in all sorts of fun shapes as they rode around the leisurely little ride. Can you please make a spot hidden roll? You're muted, Patricia.
Nope, I am completely clueless.
I get extreme success.
Excellent. So as you're looking at the merry-go-round, posing for photos, something moves in one of these mirrors. You can't tell really what it is. It just sort of happens, goes straight past your peripheral vision, but something definitely moved.
Whoa. Something moved. I was looking at one of the mirrors and something flashed by.
Mr. Mr. Dorward.
Maybe a squirrel or something. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Where did it? I mean, like it looked like it was over here behind us.
I point to the direction I think it is.
Well, let's walk in that direction, Mr. Dorward.
Yeah. Right. So, walking behind where the merry-go-round reflected to, you're still following the path mostly, and you come to a large clearing, and you're greeted with perhaps the most wonderful sight that a small child can see, and not the best sight that you guys can see right now, as you see the big gaping toothy grin of Mr. Fun opening up his house of fun. You can see his big red nose, but his eyes are too far up and they're actually covered by the fog. So you can tell that this used to be a fun house of some description, locking corridors, doubling back, maybe a hall of mirrors as well. And the sign next to it that says Mr. Fun's House of Hilarity.
I'm going to yell out, hello, if you're living here or you're here, this property is being sold, you're going to have to move. You're going to have to go somewhere else.
It might be a wild animal, CD.
Do we have wild animals here in...
Maybe a stray dog.
Fox, yeah. Squirrel.
Yeah, we heard a stray dog earlier.
Gotcha.
Yeah, badgers. I don't know. Wilderness nonsense.
Hedgehog.
I mean, did it look like it was low to the ground, or was it too distorted?
Was it too distorted, or what? Did I get an idea?
It was this sort of amorphous blob that just passed by.
Not real sure.
Unless you're specifically looking at the mirror when it happened, it was pretty hard to tell what was actually going on.
I doubt Doral is wandering around on all fours. It's probably just some stray animal or something.
I'm not trying to get
in the mirror. Could have been a bird flying by.
And he'd have to be an awfully strange duck to be playing games at this time point, especially if he wants to sell the property.
Do business, man.
Or could be if there was ponds, there could be ducks and geese.
Oh, and geese.
They don't care if there's people here or not.
That water must be filthy.
But if we treat it or, pump it out and refill it with some fresh water, it would make a nice water feature, to build around.
Yeah, they look kind of like they were in the middle, taking up too much space, but we'll see what Daddy thinks.
It's also another one of those things where it's a matter of money. If you're going to rent out these estate houses, then
filling in the
people want
ponds
to pay
not
for the
cheap
upkeep.
either, though. So,
Now, some people like to have some waterfront, or a pond, in their houses. That might be a selling point.
This is so foggy. You don't think he might have fallen into one of the ponds. It's kind of hard to see.
Well, I mean, we can brace ourselves for a tragedy, but I'm
surely
hoping
they're not that deep.
He could have hurt himself and just, have gotten snagged on something. And hopefully we'll hear him. You keep your ears open. We'll hear him yelling for help.
He actually could have gone around the park, found his drone, and walked out behind us. It's not like you could see him.
Well, he'll see our cars though.
Yeah.
And then he'll call, and guess what? Dead.
It's going to be one of those days where we all wander around the park until somebody finds somebody else.
Should we head back out, see if he tried to call us?
Let's just go all the way around the
Let's just
circle.
do the circuit.
Let's just do the loop, but if we don't find him, it'll be
Surely he'll see our cars and at least wait for us.
Okay, so you're going to turn left and head around the circuit that way, or are you going to go across the what used to be the bridge?
I mean, if we know the bridge has fallen out, then...
Well, the bridge looks in disrepair, but you could, in theory, still cross it. And the crossing isn't particularly wide. So both options are available to you.
I'd like to keep the path as simple as possible, especially since if one of us wanders off, it'll take a week to find them.
Yeah, rather than weave in and out, we'll just go around the...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you're turning left?
Yeah.
Excellent. So you're passing underneath where you knew that one of the roller coaster tracks went, and you see the structures as you're going through. But if you were to look up, you'd see that the fog actually, much like the eyes on Mr. Fun's House of Hilarity, you can't see the tracks at all. And you can definitely see them in the satellite photo.
Yeah,
anyway.
So it's just really foggy. It's low-lying clouds. So that
really low-lying clouds. Continuing forwards, you find the Hall of the Dodgem cars, and one of these cars is on fire.
What the hell?
Crap. I'm going to, if I have to jump over something, to run over towards it, because if it's on fire, what if our Mr. Doral is there?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, CD, you're going off to the Dodgem cars. Is anyone else following CD?
I'm going to follow CD and look around for a fire extinguisher.
Excellent. All right. Yeah. So, as the two of you hastily approach this fire, you see that it's well maintained, and someone's lit this on purpose, perhaps as a source of warmth.
Oh.
Now, can I get both of you to please make stealth rolls?
Okay. We're not really being stealthy. 83. I'm really not being stealthy.
I fumble.
Wonderful. Yeah, fog can sometimes dampen your sound. So, point being, you run up onto this fire. It's set up properly. Someone's been living here. This is sort of someone's camp. It would take a bit of time to properly examine what and where this person's been living. Don't mind me, I'm just going to make a quick roll. Okay, so...
Remind you of anything, Cecil? Bonfire.
So as you're staring upon this fire, you hear the tink of a pipe or some hollow metal object onto some piece of metal. And as you turn around, a large man stabs Cece through the throat with a rusty metal pipe. You are getting me out of here now.
I mean, through his neck?
Through his neck.
What the? I'm going to attack the guy.
Excellent. So, what's your dexterity?
My dex is 65.
Excellent. So, you'll attack first regardless. Are you going to fighting brawl this man?
Yes, I'm going to beat the shit out of him.
Excellent. He is going to riposte.
Yeah, I failed miserably. Apparently, I've only got 25 failed on fighting, so I'm stupid.
Cece, it's at this point that I would like to point out that you feel oddly fine. Like there is a large pipe sticking out of you, but you can still breathe. It's a bit harder, but you can still breathe. You're standing there, a bit of blood's dripping down. That's not normal. Can you please make a sanity roll while these two hash it out?
I'd say we're also making a hell of a lot of noise, screaming and yelling.
You are. So
I failed.
the other three, are you approaching the dodgement car still, or are you?
Oh yeah, I'm thinking there's some kind of emergency. Someone's on fire, so now I'm ready.
Wonderful. Yeah. So as you all happen onto the scene of CC with a pipe through his throat, could you all please make a sanity roll?
Yeah, I think that is.
Let's pass.
All right, CC, just roll a d4 of sanity for me, please.
I did not pass.
You did not pass. So the rest of you, please roll d3s. If you failed. If you passed, just 1 point of sanity.
All right.
I'm just trying to get this footage. This is amazing.
Are you seriously filming this right now, Michael?
Come on, Mayhill. This is really important shit.
So the men
what the hell, guys?
Out of CC. And CD, can you make a quick spot hidden roll while he's arcing up?
Once again, nothing.
Nothing.
I think I'm both in shock, but I think this guy is trying to kill my friend. So I'm apparently I'm fighting like this.
Yeah. Cece, you feel the back of your neck close up almost immediately. As the large man comes swinging at you, CD.
I'm attempting to dodge. I got an 07, so extreme.
He got a failure. So his pipe comes swinging down and claps onto the front of the dodging car that's got the fire in it, crashing straight through. This pipe's pretty stuck. He rolled really badly. So the three of you now may act if you would like.
Hey, dude, who are you? Why are you on this fucking property?
I'm going to try to rush him, just like tackle.
Yeah, you're asking him questions while he's trying to kill me.
Don't worry, I'm kidding.
I was tricked. You're getting me out of here.
Yeah, I'm going to rush him and try to just tackle him to the ground.
Make a
fighting brawl?
Yeah, fighting brawl would be appropriate, but okay. I think you could also roll strength if you'd like to, because he's otherwise incapacitated.
Gotta be better. Yeah, strength's gotta be better. Oh, that is a hard success.
Excellent. So he's trying to pull his pipe out, and you come in and blindside him, completely knock him to the ground.
I'm looking for a weapon.
Trisha, there are a handful of dodging poles that can easily be snapped off.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab one of those. Yeah, I'm heading over. Once my action is grabbing one of those and heading over there.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So Cece, can you please roll a d6 for me?
4.
4. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay. CD is now your action. What would you like to do?
If she knocked him down, can I try to grab the pipe and pull it out?
Absolutely. This will be
my intention is not to kill him, but to keep him at bay.
Yeah, no worries. So this pipe is still lodged in the dodging car. He wasn't able to wrench it out. So this will just be a regular strength roll, please.
Oh shit! I didn't look at my stats to begin with. I'm nothing. I didn't come anywhere close to being able to.
All right. So instead of deftly removing the pipe from the dodgem car, it comes out, and so does a bunch of dodgem, and you fall on your butt, but you now have a pipe in your hands.
Okay.
So this man is still prone. He's evidently hit his head, and he's not doing super well. He's not doing well at all. He's very foggy, not super responsive. And now, Louise, Michael, and Patricia, you may make a movement.
How's he dressed? Like, is he like? Do we think that this is Doral? Like, is he like dressed in a business suit? Or
this man is not very well dressed at all.
Okay.
He is dressed kind of like what I would call a tradie, so a tradesperson. He's got paint-stained clothes, but these are pretty weathered. They're not in the best of shape, and they're certainly not designer by any means.
Gotcha.
I get up there with my pipe and say, don't even think about getting up or I'm going to brain you.
Excellent. He's not super responsive, but you can tell he's starting to sort of come around. The threat level of him is pretty well zero. Cece, your threat's completely fine.
What? He killed me. He should have killed me.
What's going on
Excellent.
here?
I think I need to just take a sanity roll if that's the case.
Yes,
I
you
saw
And I
it.
go, what are you talking
Go
about?
through your
You look fine.
I'm still okay. So
I feel fine.
Single point if you pass. Yeah, so maybe swallowing your spit's a bit trickier for the minute, but the hole's closed up. It's like it was never there, pretty much. And
I think
this
I'm
man
gonna
lying on the ground is now alert enough to answer a question or two.
Mr. Give us your name and tell us how long you've been trespassing here.
My name's Baz. My bitch ex-wife tricked me to coming into this hellscape with that harlot that runs the tunnel, and I can't leave. I can't. I'm stuck. Every time I go to the entrance, I'm stuck. I come back to here, so I live here now, and you're getting me out.
What harlot and what hole are you talking about?
Have you not seen her? The tall, skinny woman. You'll see her soon enough.
What are you
Why are you
smoking
taking-
today?
What are you drinking?
I wish I could have a drink. In this place, I don't thirst. I don't hunger. I can't eat. I can't drink, even if I wanted to.
Guys,
Everything
strung out.
disappears. Nothing in this place is real or as it should be.
It's a mess, all right.
He's high on something. Okay, let's.
Yeah.
When there's a fire right there.
Glue, sir? Come on. So Baz what?
Baz. My name's Baz. No
Buzz.
problem with it.
It's only one name. Usually people have two names, maybe three.
I'm Baz. I
What
can fix a car. You happy? That's all you
Sure.
need to know.
what did you enter here?
I don't know.
Well,
Time
what was it?
passes.
Well,
People
what year
come
was
and
it?
go. What year is it?
Yeah. Or what year do you last remember?
2011?
And now, what year is it right now? I'm asking. you.
2011?
Okay. So
So if anyone would like to inspect any injuries they may have sustained, that will require a first aid roll or a medicine roll, whichever you would like to
I'm
use.
all over CC. I'm looking at his neck.
Mhm.
Are there any indication that there was any wound?
Nothing. Completely fine like the day it was before.
This is impossible. Are you okay? Do you feel okay?
I feel fine. I just did I feel anything when it impacted at first?
It definitely hurt for about a second. And maybe in game sense, you would have lost some or even all of your hit points. But almost instantaneously, you were fine again. And it took you a little bit of time to get back on your feet, but you're fine. You can still breathe.
I'm gonna go over to the guy then. Why'd you do that? How'd you do that?
People don't believe me when they come in. They think, oh no, we can break it, we can escape, we can do something. But nothing matters. Nothing changes unless you go to her. And I refuse. That harlot.
what do you mean? There's more of you?
Have been. Sometimes they wander off. Sometimes they go to her. Sometimes they try and kill themselves. Poor bastards.
Did you see anybody else in here earlier?
Not that I know of. The people make rounds in here all the time. It's 2011, right?
Is it
It's
the current?
2021.
Like, is it
It is not
2021 in
2011.
the game?
Yeah, so modern
Yeah.
day, it is 2021.
Yeah.
But this guy clearly entered in 2011, and his perception of time passing has been maybe a week.
Guys, look, let's find Doral and get out of here. I don't know what to
Maybe
do
we
with
should
this
just
guy,
get out of here before we
This
go through the
guy's
whole park
mentally
and meet
ill.
his friends.
Yeah. I say we try to get out of here first.
Well,
It's
I'm
kinda
worried
strange.
that Doral kind of got on the wrong side of this guy and he wasn't as lucky as Cece here.
I don't think Cece was lucky.
Guys, have you killed anybody else today?
I was right there. That thing went through Cece's neck.
It's very foggy, sir.
It's not foggy when you're 2 feet
Maybe
away
the pipe
from
is
him.
like some kind of trick pipe, like you have those knives that kind of retract into the handle and it looks like you've stabbed someone. You know what I mean?
Is
I
there,
mean, the pipe is right there. You're welcome to test.
Doesn't
It-
look
it
like a
hurt.
magician.
I'll look
Is there
at the pipe.
is there any blood
It's a
on
pipe.
CC?
So some blood definitely spurted out and dribbled down his neck, but a very small amount relative to the sort of wound that he sustained. You would expect his entire shirt to be completely soaked
Soaked.
through with blood.
But there's not even a scratch now, right?
Not even a scratch. His neck is
Maybe he had a
pristine.
nosebleed.
Not,
Cece,
not
show
even
me your
any,
hands.
like hairs. Nothing.
Are the scars still there?
The scar is still there. Yes.
Well, this loony says we're like trapped.
No, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
I
Let's
can
see if
hear
we
you.
get out.
He's
We're
clearly
trapped.
on something. Let's get out of here.
This fog is a prison.
Okay. Yes, have a good day. Let's get out of here.
Back away slowly from the crazy man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Let's
take
go
the
back
pipe.
to the car.
Can I take the pipe?
You
I
can take
wouldn't
the
leave
pipe.
it with him.
You'll end up like her.
All
Let's
right.
just go back to the car. We can always call the police.
End up like who?
I mean, we should
Or
have called
who?
the police now.
The harlot?
Even without a
Or-
signal.
Across the lake. You'll see.
Trish, I wouldn't even worry about it. He's crazy.
Don't talk
Let's
to the
go.
nut job.
All right.
Nice meeting you, Baz. Enjoy your fire.
So as you're walking away from Baz, do you turn and look at him to check on him, or are you just booking it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
backing.
I
I'm
don't-
backing
turning
away
my back
slowly.
on
Backing
him.
away? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as you get further and further away, he, after a little bit, and you're a fair bit away, so the fog's really starting to roll in around him. But you could swear that you see him stand up and walk around like normal. Give me 2 seconds.
Like normal for a crazy glue addict who lives in a
He's just
burning.
obviously mentally
That's-
ill. I don't know how he pulled off that trick, but it's got to be
Are
like.
you sure that you saw what you saw? I mean, maybe it was just a nosebleed.
It's got to be a trick. I was so shocked. All I could think of doing was beating the shit out of him, and I don't know anything about fighting.
Based on his attire, he could have been here since 2011.
not in finding something to eat. He
Tramp.
said he doesn't eat or drink.
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, he's a little too pudgy for.
He's lost it. He's lost it. Obviously, he's lost it.
Robust.
He's a banana.
If that was a trick, where did the blood come from?
Well,
Ugh.
maybe it squirts out of the
Like
thing.
a
You know,
packet.
that's how they
Yeah,
do it
like
in
a packet
Hollywood.
of the thing. Yeah.
I poke him with the pipe and no blood squirting.
Poke me.
So as you're having this conversation, you realize you've been walking and talking for a lot longer than it should have taken you to get to the entrance. But you've walked past the House of Hilarity and the teacups and the merry-go-round. No entrance. And as you've sort of kept walking towards where the entrance should be, can you please make a navigate roll? Whoever's got the best. I think you all have base though.
base skill here.
No, I've got 35.
Oh,
Excellent.
And I rolled a 99.
Excellent.
You're in
So-
charge, CD.
You know,
Show
I
us where
haven't
we're
rolled
going.
anything lower than 70.
That was like my game.
And I succeeded every roll except for my sanity.
I'm leading you right back to the nut job.
Excellent. So as you're still walking towards where this entrance should be, the fog gets really, really thick. And everything sort of goes white, and you find yourself standing in a bit of the park that you definitely haven't visited before. And you see that there's a bit of you see some supports for where the roller coaster should be, and some paths that lead away. And to your back is the fence, but you don't see anything else.
We must have gotten turned around.
CD, you got us totally lost. It was supposed to be
Sid.
simple.
You
Okay,
said
is
there's
everybody?
a circuit.
Yeah. Patricia, Louise, can we see each other through this fog?
Yeah, you can see each other. You've huddled together pretty much, I assume. So
Yeah, that whiteout.
you've all moved as a unit through into this random part of the park. God knows where you are.
Yeah, I say we stay close to each other because this place is.
I wonder if we climb this part of the roller coaster, we can get above the fog a little bit, or maybe get a phone signal.
Oh, that could be really dangerous. I mean, the whole thing
Because
could
of-
collapse.
Fog lightning.
No, but the whole thing could collapse. You don't. It's been rusting for 10 years.
Right, but it was meant to. I mean, 10 years ago, it took a giant train full of people, like thousands and thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, I had a friend who worked at Disney, and he said that every single night they have to tighten up all the nuts and bolts on those things.
Right, because they're
Keep
going
them
to
from falling
they're going to put tens of thousands of pounds on them the next day over and over again. I mean, this has been sitting here in the fog. Look,
Well, there's a fence right over there. If we climb over the fence, we should be outside of the park.
how high is the fence?
The fence itself is about the height that you would have seen it on the outside. It's maybe 8-10 feet, not super high.
Chain link or?
It's a chain link fence.
Oh,
Is
that's
there
pretty
barbed
easy.
wire on
As
the
you-
top?
As you approach it, the same sort of ladder structure from the roller coaster starts to appear and replace it. And by the time you get actually up to the fence, as if you were to climb it, it's just straight ladders. It's still pretty far apart, but you can tell as you go up, it's going to get a bit tighter.
Does this remind you of looking inside the clown head?
Yes, it is the exact same material. And as you observe it, you can see a little glint of something on the other side.
Oh, no, no.
Without properly examining it, you're not too sure what it is.
This is some kind of freaky magic shit going on here. This is not.
There's no such
not-
thing as magic.
So, explain it then. Then it's science, but it's science that I don't understand. Somebody's created some sort of weird optical illusion, like we're in a fun house or something.
Yeah, we did not go inside the funhouse. If you'd asked about going inside the funhouse, I would have said, I'm not going inside the funhouse.
Well, I also didn't seem to. I mean, I'm not completely mentally ill. I know that we went past that fun house and we went past the carousel and we did those things in reverse, and we ended up here, not where the little room was, the little office next to the gates.
Yeah, I
That's
missed that little
impossible.
piss-smelling room. That little hut was so much nicer. Okay, Mr. Architect, if we follow the roller coaster, it'll take us all the way through the park, right? We know that.
It should, but then again, so should the street, the road.
Are we on grass now?
No, you're still on a path. It's the same path, if perhaps a bit less trodden. It's from a less used area of the park where there may not be as many attractions.
Might be the
Should've brought
maintenance
some
area.
Spray paint or something. We could mark our path to make sure that we're going in the right direction.
I got some lipstick.
Yeah,
Well,
I've got some spray paint in the car, but
if it's a circuit, which we know it is, let's just pick a direction and go. I mean,
Yeah.
we're just standing around here.
always keep the fence on
Right?
your right-hand side, and you
Mhm.
have to get to the entrance
Yeah,
eventually.
exactly.
Right.
I like CD's idea.
Yeah, I agree.
So you're going to
Yeah.
turn with the fence to your right hand side
Yeah.
and follow.
And we
that red
could
path.
walk in a row and keep running our hand along it, so we know that
Yeah, but
we're
the
going.
path doesn't go along the fence the entire way. There are grassy
Right.
bits and
Yeah,
traction
well-
stands and stuff.
No, but now that we're entered Mr. Labyrinth, if we use the maze rule,
Mhm.
then we can't get lost in the fog.
Yeah, for
We're
sure.
touching a solid thing, a real thing that leads to the world outside.
All right. So you're all going to touch this lattice work?
Oh, I didn't know that we were going to touch it, but
Well,
it's right there.
is anyone going to touch this lattice work? Better question.
If
At
we
CD's suggestion, I went to do it so that I
Okay.
can feel it.
And so did I,
It
because I was.
feels like cooked meat. Not like how a wooden or metallic structure should feel at all. And
Ew.
this is just a simple 1 point of sanity loss. Just
What's-
that's a weird feeling.
What's wrong, Louise?
It feels disgusting. It's not hard metal. Look, touch
Mm.
it. It's like squishy. Ugh.
Yeah.
Then
What
you've
the
been briefed that
fuck?
this is going to be weird, so you're not going to lose any sanity from that.
Like touching some barbecued chicken or something like that.
if I step away from the lattice work, does it turn back into the fence?
From your perspective, yes, but everyone who is still standing towards it will still see the lattice.
I strike at the lattice work with the pipe.
All right. The pipe goes dong and vibrates very vigorously in your hands. It hurts and it's not pleasant. The lattice work is fine. The pipe, not looking super great, but you could probably do it again if you wanted to.
It bent the pipe. What the hell?
Yeah, that's a fence. That shouldn't be doing that.
Let's. We don't have to touch it, but let's.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
those of you that touched it gently would have noticed that it had a bit of give in it as well. So it's responded to the level of force, we could say.
Hmm.
So maybe Mr. Sales Representative spilled his vial of LSD on the portfolio and wandered off into the shrubbery and is having visions on the ground, and we all got dosed. Because I don't-
yeah,
Because I'm not understanding.
How's that?
maybe we all live in Manchester as friends, and we've been doing some strange drugs. And this is
Why do we all
Right.
see the same thing?
Yeah,
No,
that's
because they're really
weird that
good
we don't-
drugs.
we don't all see the same thing. She's touching roast chicken. I'm looking at a fence. He's breaking a pipe over something. We've got
You
the
had a
other.
pipe through your neck.
Right,
Excellent.
This is
So
just
are we walking
odd.
while we're having this conversation, or are we standing still?
Well, we're standing there for a few moments.
Do
Oh.
one of you have a pocket knife?
I can't get through the airport with a pocket knife.
I'd say
not
if
Davy
you
Crockett.
think you would carry a pocket knife, roll luck.
You're an
Right.
architect. You might have like a multi-tool on you, wouldn't you?
Yeah. And I would think the person who has the drone would have a multi-tool for sure.
Yeah, well, you fly in Daddy's private plane, so you're not exactly checked like regular passengers are. So I could
Sure.
definitely foresee you carrying contraband onto a plane, we'll say.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna
What do you
step
wanna do?
back, light a cigarette, take a big long draw.
Wonderful. Doesn't feel like the
I'm-
smoke
I'm-
enters your lungs at all.
I'm gonna stab. If Michael has a knife, I'm gonna
Mhm.
Yeah.
slowly, just not with force, but can I insert it into the lattice work?
The lattice work almost makes way for it. Like as you're pushing through with the point, it just very gently opens up and accepts it into itself.
like Dune.
Slow blade penetrates the shield.
Maybe if we walk really slowly through, it'll let us through.
I'm not sure I want to go into the meat shield.
All right, who wants to go first?
Fucking trippy.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not entertaining this. I just wanted to prove a thought I had. Let's keep walking on this path, please.
If you hold the blade through, can I get a picture of what's on the other side? Does it open that much?
You certainly could. This would be examining the lattice work in such a fashion that it would require a sanity roll, but you certainly could.
Oh dear. 12. I've been rolling.
Excellent. So the eyes that you saw from before, they're still there, but the lattice work continues further down and seems to get darker and thicker as it goes further.
Oh man, yeah, that's not the way out. Did the eyes show up on my phone?
Nope, just darkness. You don't really see any of the lattice work in your phone, actually.
I can only see around. It goes on and on and on. It's not. It just goes on.
So, this picture isn't what you're actually seeing.
No.
It's dying.
So in the live feed, you can see the lattice work, but when you take a photograph, it's just darkness.
That's weird.
So Taz or Baz or whatever the hell his name was said something about a lady.
Right, on the other side of the lake.
A witch, probably. Some sort of witch.
Oh, we're not going to go into this. If it weighs like a duck and floats like a duck, it's a witch now, are we?
It's pretty good.
I'm going to start walking. Let's get out of here, please.
Yeah.
I don't want to do
the
this anymore.
To your right-hand shoulder, yes?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not touching it.
Okay.
But
Yeah, but
No
we're going
worries.
to keep it on the one side.
Excellent. So following this lattice work around, it does start to curve and it forces you out and inwards. And in very short fashion, actually, you find yourself happening upon a stream. This stream looks in not very good nick at all. There's a lot of pollution in it, a lot of feces and urine's evidently been deposited into it over the years. And on your left-hand side, as you happen upon this stream, you see a large warehousey type building with the wonderful title of the Tunnel of Love. The actual water entrance itself is able to be entered, but you would know that these are pretty deep and this water looks disgusting. And there is an access door which is bolted and padlocked.
And she lives in a tunnel?
She was in charge of the tunnel.
Or she tricked him into going into the tunnel?
Yeah.
She wanted him to go in the tunnel.
if we're buying into all of his nonsense, it doesn't sound like we should be going there, though.
Yeah.
Hello, anyone in there?
How wide
Hello?
across is this stream? Is this something we couldn't jump across it?
So the tunnel of love, so the stream where you've happened upon it and the lattice work, very thin. The road is basically paved over it with a small hole for drainage. But as it goes further into the tunnel of love, it widens out to the point that a fairly sizable watercraft could pass along it with room for two people.
Yeah, we should just go over this filthy thing and keep going along the banks,
Yeah, I
right?
agree. I don't want to go.
Does it make sense too that there's probably for the employees and the people who are running the ride, there are access doors. They don't actually have to ride on the ride to get into the ride.
Right. Well, there's a padlock on that. The door
What's
I
the
can
main
see.
entrance?
You think we can figure out a way to bust off the padlock?
I mean,
I
you
have
could
this
probably
pipe.
pull the boards off. It hasn't been maintained in 10 years, but I don't want to go in it.
Well, Cece has a pipe and I have a pipe. We should be able to pry something open once we find it.
Or even a trash can. I'm sure there's trash cans around.
So you're approaching the door?
Why would you want to go in the tunnel of love? This is
No. We're talking about going around the building and find out if there's
No worries. Well, there is a path that carries on directly past it. that's no issue at all.
I don't know what I want to do anymore. This is
People,
crazy.
the plan was to keep the wall on our right side and keep going till we found an exit, not to wander around in the fog like a bunch of fucking idiots.
We'll keep on going around the path we were planning to. If we had to cross the stream, we had to cross the stream.
Okay, could I get a group luck roll? So that's the person with the lowest luck.
60.
40.
40.
60.
40 wins.
All right, so one of the 40s, please roll luck.
You do it. I've had horrible rolls.
All right, I'll try.
Good ones.
34, which is good.
Just
Excellent.
out of curiosity. Oh, I would have gotten a 12. Would have been my first good roll all night.
That's the way to burn a roll.
So you're carrying on straight with the fence to your right-hand side? Wonderful.
Oh.
So going along, the next thing you happen across is a small concession stand with the roof caved in. This evidently sold popcorn or toffee apples, some treat. But nowadays with weathering and probably vandalism, it's collapsing on itself and it's not in the best of states. Could I get everyone to make a listen check, please?
Now I rolled a 76.
Oh, I rolled a 4.
I rolled 76 too.
I rolled a 70.
I rolled
Those of you that succeed, you can hear a rustling coming from the inside of the concession stand.
Man, that's rats. Does anybody have like a flamethrower? There's rats in there.
A flamethrower?
Is it
There's a burning Dodgem car back that way.
I'm not serious. I don't want to go anywhere near that fucking thing. There's some rat
Mr.
in there.
Dorrell, are you in there?
No
Doesn't that sound like a person? Let's listen to that. It's like, yeah.
What if he's?
It's got to be a stray or a fox or something. Let's.
Why don't you men folk check it out?
Yeah, fuck that. There's rats in there. This whole fucking place.
I'm gonna take a peek inside.
If we're not gonna check the tunnel of love, why are we checking the rat hole? Let's just get the fuck out of here.
Oh, just a peek won't hurt. Come on.
So, CC, as you approach the concession stand and peek over the counter, you see that the roof has indeed collapsed down, and you can see a bit of it is moving as if it's like being kicked repeatedly, but by something quite small. This is a bit of tarpaulin, so it's not very heavy. It's just flapping every now and then. What are you gonna do?
All right, I'm gonna back off because that seems like an animal.
What did you think it was?
I don't know, man.
Like, oh, I hear the scratching of a real estate agent. Jesus.
It could be. It could be scratching at the walls for help.
All right, I'm running out of coffee and patience. Can we just move? Oh, look at the satellite. Where's the concession stand? Where was the tunnel of love? See if we're like making progress.
So you should be able to locate yourselves now. Just past the concession stand is a clearing with 3 paths leading off of it. You can see that for sure.
And then how far around are we?
Are we a third, half?
If someone rolls navigate, I'll point to it exactly, but otherwise you can figure it out.
Oh, I've got 35. Let's see if I can do it. 85. Yeah.
I kept that 12.
I don't know.
And we're just going to keep on going along, keeping the fence on our right then.
At least if things are staying in the order they're in, it makes some sense.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, so you're keeping the fence to your right?
Yep.
Wonderful. So continuing along, you notice that there is a very small pond to your left. This is the sort of pond that they would use to pilot remote control boats on, maybe have boat races. So a fun little side attraction for the fun fair. And then continuing on past it, you see the Dodgem cars. but you've approached them from the opposite side that you approached them in the first place. And Baz is still there, warming his hands by the fire, as if nothing's happened. He's not noticed you yet, though.
Maybe we have to go back a little and try to cross where the bridge is. Maybe this is like a closed portion of the...
We don't want to... We've already been following the fence line. I say we keep on going until we've made a full circuit. We break off
We
this.
already tried that.
Haven't we already made a complete circuit? If we're
We
back to
did.
Baz?
We tried that. Yeah.
You sure?
Well, we turned in when you saw the reflection in the mirror. Maybe that's where we got screwed up. And we, the fog is really confusing. He doesn't have his pipe because Cece has his pipe. If we go around the Dodgem cars and keep an eye on him, he can't surprise us again. And the guy's so fucked up. But we can't turn our back on him. Fucking hell. Oh, I knew this was a bad trip.
So what do we want to try to make the circuit again, or do we want to try to get off the path, go further in or something?
Maybe other people know about whatever situation this is. He said there were other people trapped
There
here.
was. Maybe that lady that he keeps going on
listen
about
to a crazy
actually
guy.
has a head on her shoulders, though. Maybe, he thinks she's some threat and she's not.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to a crazy guy. He's been here, 10 years?
Maybe
And
he
look what
talked
just
to the
happened.
lady in 2011.
What if we put the fence to the back of us and walk parallel to it, walk straight through the middle of the park so that we know we're going to the other side?
But how we're going to know with the fog and everything? Do we have a compass or
You
anything?
can come walk in a straight line without not having to see where you're going, I hope.
Maybe there's maps in the ticket booth. We haven't been able to find the ticket booth.
We
Well,
have a map right here.
We've got
Well, that's
the
a
map.
satellite map, but a labeled map.
Oh, yeah. I see what
Right,
you're
you
saying.
are here. I don't know.
Well,
We have to have a pretty good roof over
we've
it after
got
10 years.
landmarks on the satellite map.
And this
So
is the
if-
pond, right? There's a pond right here.
So we should be able to figure out where we are just from seeing the pond, seeing the Dodgem car. We should know exactly where we are by looking at the photo and knowing where we're at.
Look at the shape of the pond and try to imagine the shape of the pond and then see which pond on the satellite looks like that pond.
Well, it's the pound next to Dodgem cars. That's my guess.
So which building?
I'm an architect.
With this fog, it's super hard to.
Shouldn't be that hard.
Everyone, please
Yep.
roll an idea roll. I'm going to help you out a little bit here.
29, that is a success.
Okay.
Success.
So the path from the entrance to the merry-go-round is a straight line, and it happens upon the House of Hilarity, where you then turned left.
Right. Yeah, I did catch that. And that's where the bumper cars were.
And that's where you found the dodging cars, yes.
Okay.
So we should be pretty close to the entrance.
So that's that little square orange building that's near a little roundabout
Mhm.
on the left-hand side. Okay.
Anything for an extreme?
Not just ticket booths have maps and handouts. You could probably find park information in a handful of places.
Okay.
Doesn't give us any more information.
So that very long building at the top is the tunnel of
love.
ride. Yeah, tunnel
Oh.
of ride. Okay.
Okay. So we have gone all the way around.
Yes, I think so.
We just don't know where
We've lost the entrance, but yeah.
But it's
If we
not
go
far
back
ahead.
to the carousel, it is literally a straight path to the exit.
Yeah.
But also,
let's see if we
we're
can
close
find
to the
carousel.
exit if we just stay by the wall. Like you want to go into the fog and then make a turn when we could just keep going because we've actually been making progress. And maybe we'll be out from underneath the roller coaster in a minute, which would be very nice. Because I don't like being under it.
It's crazy. This is as I'm with her. Find the carousel and we're out.
We're not far from the carousel.
Yeah.
I'm with me. Stay by the wall and we're out. I mean, who's with me?
I agree with you. We keep on following the wall. It makes sense.
We've made progress. We got
We do
lost
not.
when we went into the fog.
We
Alright,
should
so
not be splitting up. We should not be splitting up. That's
Oh,
a
I agree with you.
terrible
We should
idea.
be splitting up.
Let's follow the wall. And if we come back to Mr. Nut Job
Then we go to the
again,
Go right
carousel.
behind
Then
him.
we go to the carousel. Okay, let's follow the wall for now. Okay.
Okay, so you're following the wall along. It carries along, and you happen upon the ticket booth.
oh, there's
Alright,
the
Get
ticket
out of here
booth.
then.
Yeah.
Are you?
Is there a light
wall
switch in the
is
ticket
stayed-
booth?
A what? Sorry,
Is there a light switch inside the ticket booth?
there sure is. There's no light bulb.
Okay.
Probably no electricity. Okay.
I just
Certainly they
wanted to
haven't
see.
paid their bills.
You've gone inside the ticket booth. Yes, make a luck roll, please.
Luck, that was one of the 40. Oh, no.
Oh, I've got it.
Excellent. I'm going to help you out a bit more then. So, you find a nice little brochure with all of the park's attractions listed upon it.
Ah.
Finally.
Yeah, good job, Mike.
So you did a pretty good job of figuring out where you were. So when you actually got disoriented and decided to follow with the fence to your right, you actually started off around here. And you've come all the way out and around this way. So naturally speaking, the exit should be here, yes?
Yes.
Immediately to our right.
Absolutely.
And let's go.
But when you look to your right, the lattice work is still there.
What is going on?
Yeah.
I'm going to try pushing through it.
Okay. So
Bob, we are trapped.
You guys see if I can get through, because you could put your knife
Like
in there.
take my hand, CD, and you just kind of push through, but you'll have something to, we can pull you back. This is weird. I don't like this.
Yeah.
So, as you're pushing your hand through, it feels gross, but it still lets you through. Like you're able to, you think, walk through it without a lot of resistance. There will still be a little bit, like walking through shallow ocean. Yeah, it's like you'll be restrained, but not severely.
Okay. And can I kind of push it open as I'm going?
Absolutely, you can.
I feel like I've been here once before as a baby or as an infant being born. This is disgusting.
Yeah, well, you absolutely can push through. As it goes a bit further, you find yourself enveloped pretty much in blackness. You can tell where the exit is because you've kept a similar direction, but you're now covered in this darkness. And the pair of eyes that you saw at the bottom of the head, there are a few more now that are just blinking on, like lights being turned on around you. Could you please make a sanity roll?
Yeah. 49. That's a pass.
Excellent. 1 point of sanity for you. Would you like to continue or would you like to back out?
I can't see back them, and I can't really see much of anything but eyes, right?
Yeah, so you can't see much but eyes, but you have enough of a general sense of direction to know that you could, in theory, backtrack to where you were, and it would be a bit tricky, but not that hard.
Does Louise still have a hold of me at all?
So if you, because you said you were
If Louise been
parting.
holding on to you this entire time, she can definitely hold on to you, but you're very fast reaching the edge of her reach.
Right.
I at least have a hand through. If you
Yeah.
kind of let go of my hand to start parting, I at least like kept it out.
Yeah.
in case
Luis,
you
do we
needed
want to go
back.
deeper? I can hold on to your hand, Luis.
No, I do not want to go. If you want to go, you can go. I have my hand.
I
through.
got to help my buddy out.
Let go
CD,
of
what
my
do you want
hand,
to do?
CC. I want him to be able to come back.
I'm definitely going. I'm going to stop. I'm going to come back and tell them I think we might be able to go through. if we
what?
keep going, but I didn't get through. There
Through
were
what? A
eyes
fence is
everywhere.
Eyes everywhere.
I'm with Cecil. I think that if we hold hands,
Yeah.
As long as there's a way to get back. If we get to the last person and the first person still hasn't come out on the other side, I don't know that it's worth it to push forward without a way back.
I'm agreed. I'm agreed with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't. It just kept going when I looked through the, through the camera. It just kept going. And what if it's not? I mean, it's not a fence. It's maybe it's another. Maybe the inside is the outside.
I don't know. Time and space aren't working correctly here.
Give it a
Because
shot.
none of this
There's a
makes
way to
any
get
sense. But
back.
if this is all some sort of a freaky dream,
Could be.
then it doesn't really matter anyway, does it? We're going to wake up eventually.
None of you people are in my dreams.
Apparently, we are.
No, some of you people are in hell, and I'm on vacation.
I think this is worth a chance, but I'm with Louise. If we don't see an end
Okay.
to it, then we got.
So, architect, what if you go in, and then Louise goes in, and
No.
then
I'll go in.
Cecil-
Cece will come in with me.
you're all holding
Yeah.
hands, and then like all of a sudden it pulls the one in front off.
It's not a monster movie.
It's. What's it feel like? Does it feel like metal
it feels
lattice
like
work?
meat, like you're in an avatar. Trying to look. We can't populate that world with a whole bunch of things that might be there. Let's just find out. It's not going to hurt.
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
you should
let's
come
do it.
third.
Great plan. I'm last.
I think the girls should go last. Be a man.
I think whoever is strongest should be last in case they gotta pull them back.
Great. I 98 pounds soaking wet.
I'm not very strong.
I'm a computer programmer.
For whatever reason, I have an 85 inch strength. So
Louise
You're a
the
construction
brute.
worker.
And
Naturally.
I have
I
have 65
list.
strength.
My God, you girls are strong.
I sling
Excellent.
I sling sledgehammers. It's all good.
Yeah. So what is the order that we are going to daisy chain into the abyss from? So
First.
first is CD, yes. And then it is
And CC.
CC.
Then
And
Patricia.
then it is Patricia. And then it is
I guess
Then
I have
Michael.
to be next.
Michael. And then finally Louise bringing
Yes.
up the rear. Excellent. So you're all holding on to each other's arms, ready to go. Fantastic. So CD, as you part through the lattice work, you begin to be enveloped by these eyes again, which you've already seen. And as you go to progress further in, perhaps towards where the eyes are coming from, it starts to get a little bit harder to push through. And because you have one hand, it's going to be even harder. The lattice work is getting much tighter and tighter as you go, but you
I
can
don't
still
think-
get through.
It's getting a lot tighter.
Two hands and we hold on to the back of each other's shirts, maybe.
Or belts.
Are those eyes getting closer to you?
It's gonna. I don't know. I've kind of got my eyes closed because I don't see that my eyes are actually helping at all. It's dark in here. I'm just going straight. I don't know.
Shit,
If you
did
grab
someone
hold of
bring
the
a
back of my
flashlight?
shirt, that shortens up the line, doesn't it? Just see if I can push
Yeah.
through with my hand slowly.
Mhm. So we're now at the point where CD and CC are inside the lattice work. And CD, as you progress a bit further, the eyes, they don't seem to be getting closer. There seems to be a lot more of them. And the glow almost lights the way, so to speak. Like there are so many now that you can see the path that was made essentially for you. Both of you please make sanity rolls.
Passed again. I seem to pass the sanity stuff. I watched a lot of Doctor Who.
All right. So 1 point for CC and a D4 for CD, please.
It's okay, CD. Just keep your hands on mine and go.
So how much sanity have you lost out of interest, CD?
I've only lost 5 points total.
Okay,
I keep losing
no
just one at a time.
No worries. So we're pushing through again, and it's getting a bit harder. You definitely can get through it, but it's again more and more difficult to get through. Do you proceed?
I'm going to try until the point comes where I don't think that I can push through any farther.
I got your back. I got your back, CD.
So we've now progressed another person into the lattice. So Patricia, you are now surrounded by these eyes.
Right.
So Patricia, make a sanity roll. Cece, make a sanity roll. CD, this oddly makes sense.
All right.
Like you can see the path.
So a point.
It's just tricky to get through.
Pass.
Both of you passed. So CC is a D4, and Patricia, you passed. So that's a D. That's just a 1.
Yep.
You can tell now, though, CD, that if you're going to pass through any further, it's going to take some strength or dexterity to really find your way through. And because you're one-armed currently, it will be with a penalty die.
Okay. Can I use dexterity then?
You can use dexterity for sure.
Pass and pass. Got 42
Okay.
and I got 53. 60.
So we're progressing a person even further into this lattice work. See, you can see the end now. You can see where this finishes. But it's not the park. It's a circle of a wooden floor that's illuminated from top, much like a spotlight. And you can tell that if you push really hard through this next bit, you will be through into it. But make a willpower roll first before you decide to do anything.
37. That's a pass.
Excellent. Your gut is telling you this is a bad idea.
Guys, I think there's something wrong. I think I can see out or through, but it's not outside. It's not the park. It's like it's like inside of a dark building with a spotlight. It's weird. I got
Shall we keep going?
Feeling. I got a very bad feeling about this, as Han Solo would say.
We should back out. We should back out.
We're now 4 people deep, so everybody make a sanity roll except for CC.
Except for CC?
Except for CC. So CD still makes.
Failed.
No, you're still on
You
the
were
edge,
not
holding
in.
on to Michael. So, Michael, you failed.
I was 4th, but I was keeping my eyes closed. And
yeah,
nice
the sensation is still really getting to you.
sorry, there was a glitch. I didn't get the. Did you give me a sand pen penalty?
This is a D3 sanity penalty. The meat you feel is just gross and not natural. CC, you see much what CD did. There is a path that is right. Like you could go through there, but it would take a lot of effort. Patricia, did you pass your sanity roll?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's a D4.
D4?
I had to remember for a second. And CD, did you pass your sanity roll?
Yes.
That's a D6.
6.
Ouch.
So,
Are you getting to that point?
But before I go completely insane, Cece, I'm sorry that I kind of abandoned you, and I'm glad you're back in my life.
So,
What are you talking about? I'm holding on for dear life.
You know the incident. Okay, 6.
okay, so you're going to enter a bout of temporary insanity.
Yeah.
We're going to make this really, really simple. You know that this woman knows the way out. And it's now your life's goal. She is your one person that you absolutely must find. You are obsessed with this idea of the harlot that lives in the tunnel. That's the only thing you care about now. You don't care about home. You don't care about anyone else. That is.
Right.
That's you.
It's a trap. We need to get out. We got to find the harlot. We got. She's the only one that knows the real way out. We're going to get lost forever.
You heard him. Pull us out. Pull us out. Come on, Daddy's money.
Yeah.
Watch
it.
Yeah.
So with Louise on the other end, you all just slurp right out of the lattice work. It feels gross. You don't have any like goo on you, but you feel like if you were to go through something like that was more real, that you would be like covered in some sort of goo. It's just disgusting.
We need to find the harlot.
What did you see? Was there some...
I felt like whatever this is, it's leading us in multiple directions, and we're going to get completely lost without her help. We have to go. Let's go find her. And I start walking towards
Why would
where
we
I think,
fucking listen to you, who tried to go through the meat tunnel to hell?
Because I'm the one that found that actually took a look. You didn't take a look.
Yeah. And where did we get? Did we get to the fucking parking lot?
No, but now at least we know. Let's go. I'm just going to walk.
We don't know shit.
Okay. So
hey, don't go out by yourself. I'm going to follow him.
No. Come with me.
So everyone that follows CD, you're now with CD. Does anyone not follow CD?
Michael, I mean, we shouldn't split up. We're all going to get
They
lost.
shouldn't split up. I mean, that guy's fucking crazy.
Yes,
I don't know what the hell that was.
But I don't know what to do.
Look,
what do we
we're right
do?
here by the ticket booth. The ticket booth is really close to the entrance. So we just go like, okay, it looks like the wall here, but it must be like right nearby, right?
Okay. All right. But as soon as we're in the parking lot, we need to call the police. I think something's going on here.
Yeah, something's going on. All right.
Patricia, are you staying or are you going with them? He shouldn't wander off by himself.
I gotta stay with. Of course, I'm gonna stay with Mr. Dorothy.
Okay.
Thank you.
So CC and CD, you're now a pair walking. You know the direction towards the Tunnel of Love, which is where I believe you said you were going. So you have no qualms about finding your way there. For the 3 that remain, you're now going to attempt to find the exit again, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Make a navigate roll, please.
So help me,
Navigate
God.
every
You just
single one
walk
of
to
us.
the entrance and leave.
No.
It would have been a miracle.
Oh, 66 now.
Okay, so much like before when CD was leading you towards the exit, the mist just comes in and covers all of your vision, and everything wipes out as you find yourselves in another completely different part of the park. But this time, unlike last time, when you look around at your surroundings, you see one of those swinging chair rides that like swing and use centrifugal force to push your legs out, and it's a lot of fun. And it's sort of collapsed over in the years. It's not in super good nick. And as you draw your eyes up along the edge, you see a human figure hanging by the neck on one of the chains. Roll sanity, please.
I don't know how I'm.
Yep.
I don't know how I'm making these, but I am.
Excellent. Well, could be a mannequin. No big deal. Besides, you can't see it properly anyway.
Where the heck are
so-
we? This is not anywhere where we're supposed to be.
And I'm going to leave you 3 there as I go to CD and CC. So the 2 of you find your way straight back. You walk past Baz. He's too engrossed in his fire and keeping warm to really care about you now. You're obviously not going to help him out, so why would he bother? Carrying up along the path, you come back to the Tunnel of Love, and the pond is the same, the door is the same, and the door is still chained, and there's a padlock on it.
I'm gonna smash it with the pipe.
Okay. Make a strength roll.
I got a. Can I spend 2 points to make it an extreme, or is that?
So the padlock in this universe rolled a 92. It disintegrates the second that your pipe touches it. You don't need to spend any luck.
A badass pipe.
And in fact, it came off so easily. It may not have even been locked. That's how just in a state of disrepair it was. So you now have access. You have the access door that you can open, and the scene is yours.
After you, buddy. Or I mean, I got the pipe.
We got each other's backs. Let's.
Okay, so you're opening the access door?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So as you open the access door, a big rush of air comes in and flies out. And this acrid stench of all the buildup of years of bird and rat feces hits you all at once. Could I get both of you to make a constitution roll, please?
Oh, it doesn't bother me at all.
Excellent. It's awful, but you can keep your breakfast down, and you can trudge in without too much of a hassle.
How much time has passed? I'm going to check my phone.
Well, the drive there took maybe half, 3/4 of an hour. You were outside of it for maybe 10, 15 minutes, and then inside, who knows?
For at least an hour, maybe more.
It's the same amount of light as it was when you entered. It's certainly not nighttime. Who can tell?
Right.
It feels like forever.
So walking along the Tunnel of Love, you can tell that this is just awful, awful water. The water hasn't flowed in well over the decade. It's disgusting. It's filled with feces. Just nothing good happens in this Tunnel of Love, especially nowadays. Carrying along, the stench gets worse and worse.
Is anybody in here?
Excellent. As you call out, there is a small fire escape that you notice as it opens up, and a skinny woman with very long hair pokes her head out and says, "Oh, hello. More people to save." And then we come back to the three at the chairplanes. So you're greeted with this potential mannequin hanging from the neck. What are you going to do?
How high off the ground is it?
It's not super high. They've evidently climbed up the collapsed ride to hang themselves, if they are indeed a person that's hung themselves.
How is the figure dressed?
But they are hanging. So the figure is dressed relatively modestly. They're sort of dressed like a teenager from a couple of years ago would dress. You can see that there's a dribble of feces and urine that's come down their tracksuit pant leg, and it's not a very pleasant sight. And as you're looking at the way that they're dressed, you notice that their legs are kicking. Ever so slightly, ever so weakly, but their legs are definitely kicking.
Does it make any sound?
If they are, you can't really hear them. If you really strain your ears and make let's say a hard listen roll, maybe you can hear something.
Happy to fail the roll.
You can't really tell if they're saying anything, really.
And there's probably the chain's probably twisting a little bit, and there's just whatever. Yeah.
There's a lot going on. You're under a lot of stress. You almost got consumed by a meat lattice not 5-10 minutes ago, or was it an hour ago?
Crazy. Did does one of the two parties have the satellite photo and the other the map from the information booth?
I imagine that you would have all taken your phones and taken a photo of it just in case. So you all have access to this particular piece of documentation.
All right. So where is the chair plane? How did
14.
we get all the way over here?
Yes, number 14. I think we just
Doesn't make any sense.
wandered away.
I mean, the fog and the stress. It's not as weird as being inside the.
I think we're just turned around. I think we're lost. This fog is just not helping. I think we just have to keep trying. I mean, what else is there to do? We have to keep trying.
Yeah, I'd like to. We're not that far. What do you think the tallest structure is that's still standing?
Oh, the tower, isn't it?
There a Ferris wheel? Or yeah, there's a tower. Like, if there's a drop tower, then I don't know. But there's not many structures still standing anymore. We have the Dodgem cars, the Hall of Mirrors, the House of Hilarity. Probably actually these chairs in the air might be the best view of the park.
Right, but this is pretty twisted.
But there's no Ferris wheel, and I don't think there's a tower either. I think it's fallen apart, or the roller coaster also.
Right. Maybe if there should be one of the struts for the roller coaster is not far from here, away from the water. Maybe
you know what? I think CD's caution be damned. I think we need to climb a track and just walk. If we just carefully walk the track and see if we can see something. I mean, what else is there to do?
Right, and the fog might break or might get a signal. Like, it's better than just wandering around in here going crazy.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay,
Let's go.
so if we walk away from the water and away from the chairplane, then we should hit one of the bases, right? Do you see anything?
Well, do we see where the entrance to the roller coaster is? I mean, not from the map. Where would one go to enter the roller coaster?
You've not seen anywhere you could get onto the roller coaster. If it is here, you haven't found it yet.
All right.
Is there any point where the track comes like low enough to the ground?
You can't see the track at all. It's
Gotcha.
all above the
I
head.
see.
And there's nothing on the grassy verge between parts of away from the chairplane. There's nothing that looks like an understructure.
Well, there used to be a Ferris wheel around that sort of area, but it would have collapsed a long time ago. It was known as old unreliable when it was running. So the likelihood of it still standing, though you've not seen it personally, is very low.
And usually when there's a couple struts, usually at least one of those struts, if not both of them, have metal ladders to climb up, because maintenance people would have to go up there all the time to each strut to tighten things. So if we find one of the struts, there should be a ladder to go up.
Right. So
Okay,
if
you're going to climb a support?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there is a support ladder. It's very easy to climb up. And you climb, and you climb, and then you keep climbing. And at some point you notice that the metal doesn't feel like metal anymore. It starts feeling a bit spongier and a bit coarser. And when you look up, the tracks are as far, if not further, overhead than they used to be. And you're not holding onto the metal ladder anymore. You're holding onto the lattice.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't think this is going to get us anywhere.
That didn't work. Okay. No cell reception up here, this high up?
No cell reception.
Okay.
Although, Patricia, at this moment, your phone is going to ping, and it's going to be a text message from somebody called Emma.
Oh, scheiße.
And the text message says, "You lying bitch. How dare you?" I know what you did. As Michael comes back down, I assume he doesn't just jump off.
Yeah. Did I hear a phone? Somebody hit reception?
Patricia, was that your phone?
Yeah, it was, but
You have a signal?
Do I have a signal?
You do not have a signal. This message just appeared.
Yeah, this message just appeared. It's from someone who's dead.
And with that realization, please make a sanity roll.
Yes. And of course I fail.
D3.
I mean, someone who's dead. I'm sure it's a sick joke. Someone probably has that person's phone and is texting you.
Yeah, but I'm just figuring out something real quick. I got, because it's, if I lose a fifth of my sanity, correct?
Yes.
I just want to make sure what a fifth of that is. All right, I'm getting close, but I'm not there yet.
Excellent.
I'm like 1 point away.
All right. So the three of you, I'm going to leave to debate what this actually means, and we're going to come back to CD and CC as they've been greeted by this long, raggedy-haired woman poking her head out of the fire escape in the Tunnel of Love.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
How do we get out of here?
Oh, you need to be saved. Of course, my darling. Come with me, I will save you. The way to the entrance is to abandon what holds you here. And she steps out of the fire exit, closes it, and locks it securely. She takes extra care to make sure it's fully locked before she turns back to you. Come, I will show you the way.
Who are you? And her moving forward is.
My name is Aina. I live here. I help trapped souls like you.
Aina.
You trapped us?
I didn't trap you. You trapped yourselves. Your lies and your sins, they trap you in this place. And the simple way to escape is to let them all go. I can show you how.
I'm gonna lean over to Cece and whisper in his ear. Nut job. All right, yeah, show us how to get out.
Wonderful. Come with me. And she leads you through the park. Again, around Baz, he's too busy doing his own thing. And she brings you to Mr. Fun's House of Hilarity. And she says, in here lies the secret to your salvation. Follow me. And she walks into the House of Hilarity.
Here we go again. All right.
Are you following her?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wonderful. So she shows you the way. You could see that if you came in here without a guide or proper lighting, you would need to really flex your acrobatic skills to get through some of the down debris and some of the other stuff. But because she is an expert and she's evidently led many people through here, she can simply lead you straight through, show you the path, and before long you find yourselves in the Hall of Mirrors. It's simple, children. Find a mirror, any one you wish, but it must be free.
What do you mean free?
And as you say, what do you mean free? You notice that some of these mirrors have grey shapes behind them, almost pounding on the inside of the mirror as if they're trying to get out. They're violent and aggressive, trying to escape.
Did you see Mr. Dorrell earlier today?
Mr. Dorrell?
Yes, we were supposed to meet him here.
Do you perhaps mean Mr. Andrew?
Oh, Andrew Dorrell. Yes.
Oh, Mr. Andrew. He himself visited this place. He must have gone some time ago now.
It would have been a few hours ago.
Maybe. Time does not pass normally here. I presume you've met Barry. I can see the scars in your eyes. Oh, man.
Met who? You mean
Barry?
Baz?
Yes, that's how he calls himself. Baz. How quaint.
How long have you guys been here?
I've been here all the time. I live here. Baz is one of my oldest disciples. Well, disciples. It's a bit unfortunate description. He only needs to help himself. And he could leave anytime he likes.
This is all very strange to us. We don't know what's going on here. You're leading us to our self-realization.
Provided it is empty, and I will walk you through the process of salvation.
She's nuts.
Let's just go with what she says. She seems harmless.
I'm gonna find an open mirror.
Excellent. Yeah. You see your friend here. A man of numbers. He certainly understands. As he finds himself a mirror. Kneel in front of it, child.
I'm gonna kneel down.
Wonderful. So, all you must do is lean in close and tell it the thing, the lie, the secret that holds you here.
Okay. I look towards CD and I kind of mouth, what do I do? What do I do?
Tell it your lies and you'll be set free. The same for you. Was it CD?
It's Christopher, but everybody calls me CD.
Christopher, what a wonderful name. Like a lion.
Cecil, don't worry about if there's anything that you think is a secret. You're my best friend. You'll always be my friend. Just tell it whatever you've been holding back.
Okay, so I'm going to lean into the mirror and I'm going to say that CD was always my friend and he was really my only friend because I was just a loser throughout middle school, high school, university, and that I felt absolutely destroyed when I felt like he abandoned me at university. I almost wanted to hurt him really bad.
Excellent. That must have been difficult for you, child. Make a power roll.
I got a heart.
Wonderful. The freedom will soon flow through you. And as she says this, you feel like every part of your body is bubbling. Like all of the painful and hurtful and false and awful memories and thoughts and lies and everything that's ever been bad comes rushing up through your throat, and it pushes out of your mouth and into the mirror. Make a sanity roll.
I passed.
Wonderful. And CD, as you see this, you also need to make a sanity roll, please.
A 10. I passed.
All right. So CC, you need to roll a d6. Two. Okay. So you lose 2 points of sanity. And then I need you to roll 2d10.
Oh boy.
91.
Did you roll a d100 or did you roll 2d10?
Oh, a 90 and then a 10. If you look,
90,
if you're
90 and then
or
10.
9 and a 1.
19.
No. Oh, 19. Okay. So you lose 19 power.
Okay.
Now, finally, I want a d4 from you, please.
1.
1. Excellent. Well, Cece, there was a reason that you bounced around from school to school before your dear childhood friend gave you this job. But it doesn't matter anymore now. All of your memories, experiences, all of those years of your life, they're gone. They were wrapped up in lies. They don't exist anymore. And should you ever encounter proof that you did something other than what you're currently doing, that's a lie, and that's no good at all. And you'll have to roll sanity. But for now, the world looks clean and in vibrant colors. And the fog and mist that perpetrates every building, including the Hall of Mirrors, disappears. You can see perfectly well. And you see that there is a fire escape just behind Ina. And she says to you, "You may leave any time you like. You're free. You've been saved."
I'm going to bow at her feet. Thank you. Do I still see CD?
You definitely can tell that CD is still standing where he was standing. But something's off about him. Like he's unclean. He looks dirty.
CD, you need to purify yourself. Take a mirror. I'm free. I can leave.
I'm going to look for a mirror, but I'm having a little difficulty having seen all of that because I can't think of anything that I've been lying about for at least maybe I'm in denial, but all right, I'll give it a go. I guess the truth is I kind of abandoned you because you were part of my childhood and I was ready to grow up. I didn't really mean to hurt you, but you're kind of clingy. And I'm only really helping you now because of the incident at the corporate party that I was throwing when you arrived in a drunken state and started throwing furniture and stuff on the bonfire. You threw fireworks on the bonfire and damaged your hand. You don't even remember. We rushed you to the hospital. It was a fiasco. And I lost a lot of clients as a result. So I'm pretty pissed off at you, but I guess I feel like I've got this responsibility that I have to help you out because you're still stuck with me. And you are a loser. I know, I wish you weren't, but.
Excellent. Make a power roll.
13.
Excellent.
That's
So-
a extreme.
Much like you saw Cece go through, your limbs start to vibrate, and all of the pain and hurt and lies and deceptions and falsehoods, they bubble up, come up through your throat, and through your mouth they enter into this mirror. Now, Cece, you've been through this process and you know it's healing and redemptive. You don't have to roll sanity for this. You know it's the right thing. And CD, even though you saw Cece do this, this still hurts. You're bringing up a lot of pain and trauma and awful, awful memories, and they're all being expunged all at once. So you need to make a sanity roll, please.
Ah, that's more like it. 96.
Excellent. You need to roll a d20.
Three.
Excellent. Well, that's fine. Now you need to roll 2d10.
Two D10? Oh, like
Yep.
he did. Okay. 8.
8. So you remove that from your pal. And finally, roll 1d4 for me, please.
I'm sorry, what was the last one?
Roll a d4.
4. I also passed my 4.
A 4 for you?
I passed my threshold on insanity.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, my
we
20%.
we can deal with that in a moment.
Okay.
For the minute, you're doing all right. But with a 4, you see that the way that Cece looks to you now, even with your newfound clarity, it's kind of gelatinous, and you can tell it's Cece. Like, he's your best friend. You know him super well. But the thing that came out of your mouth and the things that were banging on the mirrors, you see that in people now. And while Cece's is completely gone and so is Ina's, maybe you won't be able to really tell that other people are really people. And with your insanity threshold, that's something that we need to fix. What I'm going to do for game purposes is we're going to say that you are holding it together just enough to continue on for a little bit, and we will deal with your insanity in a moment. So as you stand up, having both driven yourself insane and released all of your sins, Ina says, "You're both redeemed. How wonderful." And she opens the fire escape for you and ushers you out. And
Right.
as you leave, you see the park looks idyllic. Like, it's sunny, there's no mist or fog whatsoever. You can see your friends all the way over at the Chairplanes. You can wave, but they might not see you back. It is a bit far. And the exit gates are prominent, and you can walk out of them at any time you like.
Do we just leave? Do you want to wait for them, or do you want to yell at them and tell them to go talk
We
to
should
the
help
lady?
them.
Yeah, we'll go tell them to talk to the lady.
Yeah.
Excellent. So we're going to come back to the other three.
Listen, I'm telling you, let's just go back to the ticket booth again and try it again.
You know, we could try that because it was really close to the exit, right? We could try the arm chain thing.
Mhm.
So we don't like go off at a 20-degree angle and like,
Yeah.
why don't, yeah. But that's a start.
We had to take one of these chains
Right.
in.
Oh, I just meant arm chains, but
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
you're right. Like maybe we could use something to like stretch out so we could really, you know, the way we should have been able to follow the fence. Maybe if we have, but I don't want to go near that thing. The other question is, we could go talk to the crazy guy in the burning Dodgem cars. because I guess he knows the rules of this place. Because I mean, up the ladder, there it stops being a ladder. It starts being like.
You heard what he is. He's been stuck here forever. We have to find something different than him.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So let's make our way to the ticket booth.
Making way to the ticket booth? Okay. The other two are going to see that you're walking towards the ticket booth because they can see perfectly clearly across the entire park now, so they know exactly where you're going. And they will intercept you as you get to the ticket booth.
How do they look?
They look fine. CD looks a bit spacey in the eyes, but CD rather looks a bit spacey in the eyes. He's definitely not doing super well. CC looks better, but he's very intently trained on you for some reason.
So do you guys have a fun time at the Tunnel of Love? Drink some swamp water?
Yeah. We can see clearly. We can see the entrance right there. We can walk out any time.
Hey,
You can see clearly too.
All you have to do is go talk to the lady in the Tunnel of Love. She'll show you what to do.
Great. So
Actually, I think she's in the fun house right now. This is where you need to go.
She lives in the Tunnel of Love in the fun house. That's
Well,
Well,
if
she
you can
took
see
us-
the exit, why
she
don't you
took us
just
to
lead
the-
the way?
You just walk to the exit and we'll be right behind you.
It's
Let's
your
hold on to
lies
them.
that are keeping you here. It's the things inside of you. I don't think you'll be able to follow us, but we can prove it by walking out.
We can hold on to you. Look, take my hand like a child. We'll do the arm chain. Just lead us out. Come on, let's go.
I don't think it's going to
No,
work.
that wouldn't be right. I'm just going to walk out without them.
I'll go with
touching.
Cece. Follow if you want or try. If you don't make it, go back and talk to the lady.
We'll just follow you, very clear-headed, normal people.
Okay. So the CC and CD, the two best friends, walk out of the exit gates and are greeted with the car park and their car. And CD, now is the time that I'm going to get you to make your intelligence roll to see if you can truly comprehend the horrors that you've been through.
43 is a regular pass.
Excellent. So you understand that things far beyond your control are pulling the strings here, much like a marionette would. And you almost see strings start coming out of your wrists and your elbows and your shoulders and your head as you truly understand that your calling in life is to bring more people here to be saved. More people need to have their lives purged. More people need to have the things that hold them back in life taken away so they can be free. And that is your calling.
Yeah, I think so. If I turn around and look, can I see them inside the park?
You can see them. And for the three that attempted to follow, the fog is getting very, very thick. And it's getting super close to the threshold where you would have to be making a navigate roll. It reminds
say
you
we
of the
keep going.
previous two times you tried to go and it just didn't work.
I think we should keep going. Look,
All right.
If I can see any
determined.
shadow of these two goofballs,
You
let's
can't
just
see anything.
I'll temper navigate.
Can
we
you
all,
guys
or is
hear
it
us?
One?
Nope.
Is it
Roll to
one
one?
roll or can all three of us
Well, you
roll?
can all roll and navigate. That's okay. As long as someone knows where they're going.
And none of them can hear us if we yell.
Well, I did roll an 18. And what is our navigate? What's navigate?
20.
Spend the
No,
luck.
10.
Spend the luck.
Yeah, I'm going to spend the luck.
Excellent. So you discover that you're being turned around by some level of disorientation, and you turn yourselves to face where you came from, and you are back at the ticket booth facing where the House of Hilarity is.
And we saw this happen. So
You saw all of that happen. You saw them walk, and CD, you in particular, you saw the strings come down and hold onto them and say,
Yeah.
no, you're still here, and pick them up and turn them so they were facing back into the park.
But you're
Yeah.
I thought
CC,
said
you just
knew
saw them
where we
wander
were
around a
going.
bit.
I hope they listen to us.
We gotta help them, CD. We gotta lead them.
They can't follow. They need to go see the lady.
We have to lead them to the lady. That's what I'm saying.
They know where she is.
I understand I've been following you all my life, but I think I found my true calling now. I gotta help.
I think so too.
People.
But they're
So
already
thank you
in
for
there.
showing me.
We need to bring new people. And you know what? I'm really sorry about all that shit. I'm sorry that
That's okay. I feel fine.
You think those nuts are going to call the authorities?
I think they've lost it. Whatever got into Baz's head, I think it's gotten into their heads too.
Yeah, except Baz is 10
Yeah,
years
but they got out.
Yeah, they got out. I don't.
But did they?
Are you all looking at each other right now?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're looking at each
yeah,
other.
kind of standing in a
Okay.
circle. Yeah.
Louise, something taps you on the shoulder. Hello. More people to be saved. I thought they didn't come alone. My name is Ina. Nice to meet you.
Ina, like the daughter of the owners of this park.
My parents once were the owners of this park. Someone else owns it now.
You're Ina Matthews?
That was my name.
So you're
when I
responsible
walked
for this?
your universe.
Excuse me?
The architect of truth.
The architect
He
just wandered in the
controls
parking lot. Listen, lady, do you know there's somebody hanging by the neck on the chairplane?
Ooh, that poor girl.
Yeah, that poor girl.
Poor girl.
That's
know,
your
she
family's
broke a mirror.
responsibility. She what?
Broke a mirror.
This whole place is a fucking
Poor thing.
shithole.
Poor thing.
Uh-huh.
Come, we'll make your mirrors, and then you can leave.
Listen, what didn't and I'm kind of like leaning in on them, like turning my back to her. Didn't CD say he saw something when we went through the wall? I don't trust this lady. I think she's done in CD and CC's heads. Clearly she did in Baz's head.
Look at her.
I know, but what if we push through? If we push through, I thought CD said he saw something.
Yeah. Hey, Ina, do you talk to your parents anymore?
No, they couldn't see the truth. I saw the truth, but they were obsessed with lies. That's why the architect found this place. Because of all the lies.
The architect's in the parking lot. Can you take us to the parking lot so we can discuss this by our car? I left my drone in the car.
My poor dear friend. There are more than one architect. Your earthly architect simply saw the truth. And I hope that you will see your truth too.
I see the truth behind about 1,000 lawyers. Okay? Just walk us out to the parking lot. I'm so sick and tired of this.
I cannot lead you out. There is no way.
You can't get out? You're trapped here too?
I can leave as much as I like. I have purged myself of lies.
You look like you've been
You have
purging a
not.
lot. You should have a ham sandwich. This place is a stinking cesspool, and you've got damaged humans here, and your family's in a lot of trouble. So let's just go outside, call some authorities. Maybe we can get you some help. All right, sweetie?
Good. When you leave, call some authorities. I love when they come to visit. Policemen always have such wonderful lies to spill.
Jesus Christ.
Michael, what do we do?
Him too.
How many people have been through here?
Thousands. Not everybody gets to leave the way they came, though. Some break mirrors and they're stuck forever. Some, like Baz, simply can't help themselves. Some leave through other means, but I find that's a fate worse than death.
Do you have some sort of dungeon here? Is that what you're talking about?
Dungeon, what a fun word. No, I do not have a dungeon. I have a bedroom where I sleep.
Where's that?
I live in the tunnel of love, my darling, because I love everyone.
boy.
Oh, this is really, you're very disturbed, lady. What if we walked you out arm in arm?
I can walk out anytime I wish.
Right, but
You
what if
will
we
be
walked
turned
with you?
around. You will be turned around.
Well, what if
I'm
we
so
had
sorry,
our
my
arms
child.
linked?
I'm so sorry, my child.
I'm not your child, okay? I have a daddy and a dodo, and you are not my parents.
I'm so sorry, my child. That's not how this place works.
This place is broken, and you are broken, and our friends are broken. Do you have a
The
phone
only
in
things
your...
that are broken are the people who become trapped here.
Yep. And dungeon is a fun word.
Dungeon is a fun word. Listen to it. Dungeon. How fun.
I wish we had that pipe and not CJ or...
You have that knife, don't you?
I mean, it's a utility knife. It's not like...
And you don't want to get yourself into violence.
Well, then what do you suggest we do, Patricia? We keep getting turned around. It's either go through the fleshy wall or buy into what this crazy woman is saying.
Well, I go, what about going through the fleshy wall? Is that how some people have tried to get out?
Some people have tried to peer between the strings.
What happens to them?
They don't come back.
That sounds good. I don't plan to come back, except with, like, again, dynamite and bulldozers.
You say they don't come back, but where do they go?
They don't come back. Isn't it a fun word? Dungeon. Dungeon. Dungeon.
I'm tired of talking to this chick.
Dungeon.
What do you want to do, Michael?
Where is your dungeon, Aina?
I don't have a dungeon. I have a bedroom. But
do you have a phone in your bedroom?
But what?
No. This place has no need for phones.
What is this place now?
This is Funland, where your lies are purged and your freedom is rewarded. Dungeon.
I don't know.
I look at my phone. Where I had that
text
message
from Emma.
Yeah, I still have that text from Emma, and I just kind of go, she might be onto something there.
What, Patricia? What? Someone text you something? What?
Well, the person who contacted me is someone I did wrong in a certain way. And because of that, they killed themselves.
So what were you're buying into this crazy woman's?
Well, I mean, there's no way I could have gotten a text that, this person's dead, and I got a text from them.
Ina's extending her hand towards you now. Patricia, you're already there. Simply find a mirror and you'll be set free. Come, there are some on the merry-go-round. Not far.
I remember seeing the mirrors in the merry-go-round. What's it going to hurt to try this out?
This is insane.
Well, if it works, then, if you know it works for me, then, you'll be able to get Mr. Dahi out.
You saw something move in the mirror before, you thought. But this place has a fun house. There are trick mirrors. I don't know. Louise, I'm willing to go and watch Patricia
Okay. All right.
humor this nut.
Yes.
Fine.
I go with her.
Excellent. Take my hand, child. Come with me. And Ina walks you hand in hand towards the merry-go-round, where there are some mirrors left over from transfer from people riding. They could see themselves. Some of them aren't in the best repair. One in particular is hanging off at a slightly awkward angle. Come, Patricia, pick a mirror. Release
Patricia,
us in.
what does Ina's hand feel like?
Hand.
What?
It feels like a hand.
Feels like a hand.
It's
All right.
warm.
Yeah. She's a red-blooded human being.
Gonna try to find a mirror. That's
Excellent.
appropriate.
Mirror that is free. Now, all
So
you
this is
must
some
do
Alice
listen
in
to
Wonderland
me.
thing?
Kneel in front, confess your sins, and soon the revelation begins.
Yeah. She goes, well,
Why would you kneel? What is
I'm just trying to set, I go, well, my great sins is basically putting myself first. As in going to the top.
that's not a sin. That's just human nature.
Yes, but I have done things in that area, like Emma. I had heard something about her and the head accountant, and so I mentioned it to Mr. Your father, Mr. Dottie, and he fired Emma and the head accountant, and that's how I got put into as a head accountant. Later on, I had heard that Emma had said that she had committed suicide, but before that, she had commented that she had never done those things.
Well,
That's
she
a
was
tragedy.
innocent and she killed herself. Like, why is that on you?
Make a power roll, Patricia.
Yes. All right. I made the power roll.
Excellent. So,
However, I know my sanity.
as you
can
kneel in
survive
front
this.
of this mirror, your feet start to vibrate.
Mhm.
And this vibration passes from your feet into your legs, and then from your legs into your hips, and then from your hips into your arms. And then suddenly out of your mouth comes all of the pain and hurt and sin and lies, and they all enter into the mirror. Now, I need 3 sanity rolls. 1 from Patricia and 1 from each of you.
What does it look like when that comes out of her mouth?
It is a gray amorphous blob that transfers itself into the mirror. And once it's through, it starts bashing on the inside of the mirror. It wants to get out. It's not happy.
All right. I had a hard success on the
Passed.
sanity.
Excellent. So, Patricia, you simply lose 1d6. Michael
Which-
and Louise.
Just to let you know, that means I've gone past a 5th.
Okay. Excellent. That's fantastic. So, Patricia, like with CD, we will deal with this.
I have a couple ideas on this.
Excellent. I would love to hear them in a second. So, Louise, witnessing me and passing the sanity means nothing. You just see a random grey blob means special effects. Michael, on the other hand, this looks pretty freaky. Like they were convulsing pretty hard. That's a D6 of sanity loss.
And that is, well, it's very likely to. Yes, that puts me 1 under a 5th.
Wonderful. I love it when people go insane. So, Patricia, now that you've made your power and sanity roll, I need you to make 2d10 and
All right.
subtract that from your power.
Okay, 12.
12.
So-
So subtract that from your power.
Okay.
And then finally roll 1d4, please.
D4. 2.
2. Excellent. So, as you pick your head up from this ordeal and you look at the other mirrors and you see some of them have got forms bashing on them, you see the true nature of reality in all of this reflection. The truth is being revealed to you through these mirrors. And you cannot ever undo this vision. So in future, outside of Funland, should you look at a mirror, you will perhaps be startled by just how true everything is. But for now, the mist and the fog rolls away, and you see everything clearly. You see the vibrant, sunny day that's in front of you, and you see the exit.
I can see the exit. I can see the exit, Michael and Louise.
Yeah, you got that look in your eye. Do you want to take us out of the exit now?
Wow, I know I can find it, but I have a funny feeling that you won't be able to follow where I go.
I'm sorry, my child. You cannot lead others away, only in.
Crazy. They've all lost their minds.
Yeah, there's some, it's just, I think we should go. Well, before I assert that we should go back through the meat wall, I have lost more than a fifth of my sanity.
Mm-hmm.
So
at this time, Patricia and Michael, could you please roll intelligence? See if you can comprehend these horrors.
The only decent character.
Oh my God, double ought.
Double ought. Excellent. So this is nonsense. You've gone a bit nuts, but like you can't make sense of it. It's just nah. Like you're feeling a bit spacey and not great, but you can't really make sense of what's actually going on. Now, Michael, did you pass your intelligence roll?
Oh, I got an 8.
Excellent. Well, Michael, you, on the other hand, this woman is nuts and you know it, and she is lying to you. And the only possible way that you can leave is by forcing yourself through that meat wall.
Yeah. I'm not going to be subject to this or have what happened to them happen to me.
Absolutely. They've all lost their minds. We need to get out of here. We
Yeah,
need to find the wall where we think the exit is and just push through.
Yeah, it was CD who freaked out and brought us into this shit. So let's go.
Right. So
The ticket
Patricia,
booth.
Yep. So Patricia, you see them run off. You're free to do whatever you like. You are a bit addled from your experience, but you're not clinically insane. So you still have a level of free will for which you can do what you like.
So since I now have this level of enlightenment, I can see that my path has been wrong all this time, that I should be helping others instead of myself. And I see a clear path of a new beginning. And I will head towards the exit. Yeah. And I wave towards Christopher and Cece, and I head over that way.
You're muted.
Can you hear us now? Yeah.
He can definitely
hear
hear you now. She can definitely hear you now.
Oh, Louise,
Excellent.
Louise, we
And,
can follow Patricia.
Patricia, as you walk towards the exit, you see CD and CC waving at you excitedly as you finally accepted the truth and walked out on your own. It honestly brings a tear to you two and Ina's eye that so many people have found their enlightenment today. It's really quite heartwarming.
Yeah.
Excellent.
The ropes are getting them. Didn't they give up their sins?
Unfortunately, no. They did not. But now I've seen the light. I've been always so selfish and self-oriented. Now I must go and help others.
We're going to start our own church. I suppose we should just wait here for them. They'll eventually have to.
Well, Michael, he wants to go through the meat shield.
He's not going to make it.
I know.
Transported back.
And unfortunately, Louise believes that we're all nuts.
Now, give him time. We got all
Louise
the time
hasn't
in
seen
the
the
world.
way.
We got all the time in the world.
They got to
Yes,
help
we do.
themselves.
Michael, Louise, you find yourselves towards the exit. And are you trying to follow Patricia out, or are you trying to go through the meat wall?
We're going to follow Patricia until she vanishes, and then I assume we're going to find ourselves
Patricia
displaced.
vanishes in front of you. You can tell that you're almost at the threshold where you may get turned around again. But you know that you can find the lattice if you simply move a few meters to the left or right.
Okay. Louise, you're stronger than I am. So let's see if we can do the divide.
Wonderful. So it feels disgusting. It's not very nice at all. And you progress through. Michael, you didn't make it terribly far in the into the lattice beforehand, but you're already insane. So as you push through, you're like, yes, this is the way out. These are the lights leading me to my way out.
Do those eyes look familiar?
Yeah, they do. They remind you of something maybe a couple hours ago, maybe 10 minutes ago, maybe a week ago, maybe 10 years ago. You don't know.
Keep going.
As you push through and you go further and further and further and further, you find the edge and you see the spotlight and the little circle of wood that CD did. And it's at this point that you can make one power roll.
$91.
It's a great idea. You should keep going.
Push.
Do you push through?
Yeah.
Excellent. So, as you push through this last little gap of really tight meat, you find yourself falling onto this circle of wood, and you find that it's a stage. And looking up, you see a spotlight is shining down on you. And looking back towards the lattice where you came from, you see they're not meat, they're not metal, they're not anything, they're strings. And as you have this realization, please roll sanity. Because while you're already insane, we're going to see just how bad it's going to get.
That I passed.
You passed? Excellent. So roll a d10 and take that away. And as you
9.
see this and lose 9 more sanity, the ends of these strings come shooting towards you. And one hits your left wrist and one hits your right wrist. One hits your elbows, your shoulders, your knees, your feet, your head. And your head tilts up as you see a hand and a cross of wood complete with strings. And you understand finally that you weren't being watched. You were joining the company of puppets in the Master of Truth's marionette parade. And so we come to Louise. Sweet, innocent Louise, who's never done anything wrong in her life. What are you doing?
So I pushed through with Michael, but I didn't make it. Yeah, I didn't make it into the flush wall the first time. So I'm assuming there's a sanity roll involved.
Yeah. So for each successive point through the sanity ladder, there's a sanity roll. Yes.
Okay.
So for your first roll, it's 0 or a D3.
That's
okay.
A
So
fail.
D3.
So that is 2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then
it's a D3 or a D4.
Fail again. This is great. That's 3 more.
Excellent. And then it's a D6.
That one I actually passed. So.
Okay, so that's just a D3.
2.
And then the next step is, it makes sense. Like there is a little bit further you can go, and it just makes sense. That doesn't require you to roll your sanity. You are surrounded by these yellow eyes and everything else, but you're booking it, right? You'll just keep going. Excellent. So you reach the threshold and you see the same thing that Michael saw and CD saw, the spotlight, the little circle of wood, and you get to make a power roll.
Okay. Oh, that's a 10. Oh.
Excellent.
Yeah,
this is a terrible idea, and this is your absolute last chance to turn around.
So I know I can feel in my gut.
You can feel in your gut that this is not the way to go.
Okay. Well, then I have to listen.
Turning around will leave you with crazy woman. So,
but if I can feel, she just made me feel weird. This I can feel is wrong.
This
so
is visceral in your gut. This is not right.
All right. Then I'm gonna.
So you can turn around. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So popping out, you maybe see a little wave from a marionette in the side. You come falling and tumbling out of the lattice, and Ina is there waiting for you with her head cocked, and simply says, "You saw the way, and it scared you. Will you come to the light now?"
I think I'll probably end up doing the circuit at least a few more times in denial. Like, no, I know there's got to be a way out of here.
For sure.
And eventually I will come to the conclusion that, yeah, this is it. Like, there's nothing else. I watched my friends leave the park.
So
And
before you
I'll
go,
be led. Yeah.
would you like to roll demolitions for a handful of the rides just so you can use the skill?
Yes, I do want to do that. Skill never gets used very often in Cthulhu. Yes, that is an extreme. Nope, a hard success.
Okay, so you, by look, know exactly how everything's going to come down. All you need is a couple sticks of dynamite, but they're in the outside world. So you know in your head that you've done the right thing. You've done your job excellently, and you should be paid extra.
Yes. Yes.
And then you go to greet Ina?
Yeah.
Okay. And
what's in the tunnel of love? I'm gonna ask her that. What is in this the tunnel?
My home. It's
Can
where
I see it?
No. You may not enter the tunnel of love.
Oh, I'm running for the tunnel of love now.
Excellent. So if this was the middle of the scenario, I would make this a chase, but we're not going to. You're way faster than Ina is. You speed up to the tunnel of love, find the door that was locked that's now not locked, and do you kick it open or just open it normally? I'm going to let you narrate this bit. You would have heard details.
So
of it,
I'm like running as fast as I can, so I'm like pushing through everything. Yes.
So as you come bursting through these doors, make a Constitution roll for me.
Oh boy. 33. I'm pretty sure that's a
pass.
Yeah.
So it smells awful, but you're just booking it through. And you come speeding through, and you find that there's like a caved in section of rubble, and on the left is a fire escape door. And this has a chain on it, but looking at you, reckon you could probably break it open with your mechanical knowledge.
Oh yeah,
so
we're doing that.
If you could make a mechanical repair roll for me, please.
Oh no, I don't know that I have that.
You have that. It's in spades.
I do. Okay. Yes,
You're literally the best character to be doing this.
Okay. Yes, I did. Regular success.
Excellent. You just karate chop it in the right spot and it falls off. The doors open and you are greeted to this shrine of a marionette doll.
The fuck? I'm breaking it. Whatever. If I can find something to just bust it up, I'm doing it.
Excellent.
I can find
Let
a
me
lighter.
just quickly
I'm setting
find
it
the
on
rules
fire.
on this one because no one has ever gotten this far and I'm really excited. So, first of all, I need you to make a power roll.
Oh no. Can I spend luck? If not,
Yes,
that's
you
fine,
can.
but it's a failure. Okay, then I am going to spend the luck.
Excellent. So, this thing is messed up. It is cursed. It is not right. And now you would like to destroy it, yes?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
However,
so that's going to be
I
a
can.
hard mechanical repair roll.
32. An 08. An 08, yes!
Excellent. And then roll a d4 for me.
2.
Excellent. So it's going to take you a little bit of time, but not a lot of time. And as you're just coming up to the last bit of tearing this unworldly, awful thing apart, Ina steps into the room and screams. And she goes, "What are you doing? This is my idol! No!" And as you pull the last of the remnant apart, suddenly all of the fog disappears. And you see that the tunnel is starting to shake. It's not in super great nick.
Time to go.
Ina is pissed, but she's not very strong. So as you run out, I need you to make an opposed strength roll for me, please.
Okay. Oh no, that's a 99. So no.
Okay, so Ina is grabbed onto you and she is shaking you and she's, "This was my home! How dare you!" Make another opposed strength roll, please.
A 17 that time. I think that's an extreme
Excellent.
success. It is.
Breaking free of her grasp, you get away easily. Sprinting through, you see this building is starting to wobble, and it's not doing too well at all. The years of decay and corruption upon it have just started to shake and shake and shake and shake and shake and shake. And as you pull out of the doors, let me make a quick look roll. Ooh, bad luck, I know. The building completely collapses. Like it was held up by matchsticks or something, because it just goes boom. You can see the exit gates.
It's time to go. I'm leaving.
And not only can you see the exit gates, Baz can see the exit gates. And he comes sprinting out towards everyone who is outside in the car park. And he says, "You saved me! You saved me! Thank you! Thank you, Jesus!" And he goes to kiss all of you on the forehead. And then he sprints out towards the motorway. He doesn't even try to take a car. He's just gone. He's booked it. And Louise, as you walk out, there's no lattice, there's no structure, there's no nothing. And CD, you can see that she hasn't purged her truth. And Patricia, you see that she's done something that she wasn't supposed to do.
How did you get out? And where is Michael?
It's done. It's done, and I'm leaving. And I'm going toward, I think we never established whose car. The car I rode in. I don't know if I was the driver. I'm walking toward it.
But where's Michael?
He chose the wrong way out. I don't think there's any saving him.
But
excellent.
But you haven't been saved either.
She's ruined my life's purpose. I can't.
Hang in there, baby. I don't know what to tell you.
Go back and take a look in the mirrors.
Go on. Goodbye.
No. We already did that. But
I'm good. Goodbye, Chris.
You need to look into the mirror.
I never.
Everyone who purged their sins make a willpower roll.
Say that again.
Everyone who purged their sins make a power roll.
Oh. 000.
I passed.
You passed.
I didn't pass.
Okay. CD and Patricia, this is the single most offensive thing someone could have done.
Yeah.
They have ruined the reason for which you are standing here today. They have ruined your salvation. They have ruined absolutely everything that you hold dear to you. And you're angry.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere.
You're very angry.
I still have that piece of pipe.
You do.
I snap out of it.
And
you're like, yo, go girl, that's awesome. We got saved. But CD and Patricia are mad.
I'm swinging the pipe.
Excellent. So
I'm gonna step in the way.
I'm gonna try to grab her.
Okay, so Cece's gonna step in the way of Patricia. So Cece, are you trying to catch this pipe, or are you just taking a hit?
I'm gonna block it with my own pipe.
Okay, so that would be a fighting brawl roll, please.
All right.
Cece, what are you doing? Get out of the way.
Okay.
That is a success.
I got a hard.
You got a hard success? Okay, so Cece, you deflect it like it's nothing, and the pipe comes flying out of Patricia's hands.
She has defiled everything that we mean.
Yeah.
Oh no. You've got it all wrapped around. I can see clearly now. Like, stop.
Cece,
we need to leave.
Do you have the keys to the car? Let's get the fuck out of here.
Louise, roll luck.
CD.
Okay. We're not letting you go anywhere.
Oh, 06 and 06. Yes.
Excellent. Michael doesn't drive, so it was between you and Patricia, and you have the keys in your pocket. Unless Patricia can roll less than
I'm running
right now.
Cece, where the hell are you going?
I'm finding my own way. I don't need you.
All right.
Fuck that. Patricia, come on. We'll grab the other car.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
We'll run them off the road.
Yeah.
All right. So, for the sake of time and cinematics.
Oh, no. We want the whole car chase through this.
I'm going to get both groups to do a combined dexterity roll, and whoever rolls it the best gets their car started first.
Okay.
We got
I'm
a
assuming
24
no luck here, right? Like
24 out of 65. That's a hard.
And I got
no, I failed it.
I failed.
I failed.
And
Okay,
I got a 10.
The insane people now have their car moving, and the people who are less insane are kind of stuck there, like car's not starting. Insane people, what do you do?
Smash my car right into the side of their car.
Wonderful. Make a drive auto check, please.
Where the hell is the drive auto? Nope.
Okay, so in peeling your car around the car park to get enough speed to smash into the side of this other car, you lose control, spin out, you hit this other car, but not only do you disable both cars, you kill everybody. And should DHI send people to investigate what happened at this particular real estate purchase, they will find 2 crashed out cars, 4 dead people, and 1 missing son of a billionaire. And that is the story of Unland.
All right.
Excellent.
Woo!
No one escapes.
If you succeeded that drive auto, I would have let you kill them and then drive away.
You get the Mr. Burns Award for excellent. It was really fun. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there are 3 ways you can there are technically 4 ways you can get out of Unland. You purge your sins, you go through the meat wall and get marionetted, or you interact with the idol in the Tunnel of Love, either by destroying it or blackmailing Ina, being like, I'm going to destroy this unless you let me out, and then she'll let you out. So basically all of the evil and hatred that the photo booth guy had made everyone tell so many lies that it's literally called the Master of Truth or something. The Phantom of Truth, rather. The Phantom of Truth just fully latched on this place and went, this is a house of lies, and it's my personal responsibility to purge them. And tasked Ina with this job after she was responsible for spreading so many of these lies. Now, some of you purged your lies and were able to share a bit of your backstory. Some of you didn't. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to share them now if you so wish.
Yeah, sure.
So Louise?
I have been stealing money from my parents for years now to fund a lavish lifestyle. And I've wasted thousands of dollars, and now they're languishing in poverty. And my mother has a terminal illness, and so I feel pretty bad about that because they have no money to take care of themselves because of me.
I feel much less guilty.
Yeah.
I'm just a general little shit who gets away with things and treats people poorly and objectifies everyone and takes no responsibility. Had I knelt for one of the mirrors, I think the truth I was going to speak was that I didn't love Dodo and Daddy. and I knew that they didn't really love me either. But it was going to take a lot to make me kneel.
Your greatest sin is calling your father daddy when you're a 23-year-old man. That is the greatest sin of all.
So there are some more things, but I think that's best discussed after the end of the recording. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty well everything that we've got.
That was really good. Thank you so much. Yeah. Our players included Alex Sun, Oren Meyer, Holly Buteau, David Gasaway, and myself, with Riley Kruger as the keeper of the secrets. We have a Discord server where you can chat with our other members. You can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 a month helps us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.